Boom, 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 boom. Tak, tak, tak. Სად არის? Boom, bam, buch. Bach. Boom, bam. Всё. Bam, bam, bam. სალამი, აბსოლუტურად ყველას მივესალმები. მიშიკოს, სვეგს, ბეკას, ირაკლის, 17-ლარიან შაურმას, ზუკას, დევიძეს, მოგესალმებით აბსოლუტურად ყველას. ჩვენ ვართ პირდაპირ ეთერში, გავეშვით და დღეს ჩვენ შემოგთავაზებთ ლიკვიდისა და მიბრის თამაშს. კი ბატონო. რაც შეეხება გუშინდელ ამბავს, რატო გაგვეციშა სტრიმი, YouTube-მა მომწერა, რომ ეს იყო PvP-სგან შექმნილი პრობლემა ჩვენთვის. არ ვიცი, ეს ავტომატური იყო, მანუალი იყო, როგორ გაგვითიშეს, არ ვიცი, მაგრამ ეს იყო PvP-სგან. ეს 100%-ით. Major-ისგან არაფერი არ ყოფილა მსგავსი. სავარაუდოდ Ventus-ას ეწყინა და Ventus-ამ გაგვითიშა სტრიმი. კი ბატონო. მე ესე მგონია რა ვიცი. რაღაცა მუსიკალური გაფორმება გვინდა, არა? ოპა. Gladius Roma su. დავებაზრები, მე დაიკიდე. ჯიგარი ხარ ძმაო.
Desire duem daadonata 2 lari. Sarmatebuli strimi gagi.
გაიხარე ძმაო, გაიხარე. გაიხარე Desire duem. საღოლ ძმაო, შენ კარგად ითამაში, არა, შენ კარგი იყავი ნამდვილად. რაღაც ვიდეო რო ჩავაგდო, ნახავ უცებ? სანუნა ჩააგდო. მიდი აბა. მიდი ერთი აბა, რა შეგიძლია ვნახოთ. ხო, thumbnail-ის გაკეთება მინდა, ფოტო მინდა სტრიმისთვის. Major-ისთვის კარგი ფოტო. ვის შეუძლია დამიმზადოს კარგი ფოტო. ოღონდ მართლა კარგი ფოტო, ანუ ყლეობა კარგი ფოტო არა, კარგი ფოტო. ეს არის?
Where does that power come from?
ოპა.
From God. He gives me that power. Do you accredit your mentality to God too?
ოპა, წავიდა ილია, რა გინდა ძმა, დამიბლოკონეს დედამოტყნული არხი ძმა, არ შეიძლება UFC-ს მომენტები, ფეხბურთის ყურება, ფეხბურთის ჰაილაითების ყურება, არ შეიძლება, არა. ეს რა არის ძმა, ეს არ გვინდა, მოიცადე, ჩვენ გვინდა მეორე თამაში. შეკო რა, მეორე თამაში როგორ ჩავდო? არ დაწყებულა? არ დაწყებულა ჯერ. 3 წუთში იწყე. დავაი liquid, დავაი, დღესაც, გთხოვ, დღესაც. მარა, თემა რა არის, აი, ძალიან ვფიქრობდი, ბიჭო. აი, თუ იმიტომ რომ მიბრი, კაი გუნდია, მართლა კაი გუნდია და გუში რაც გააკეთეს, მეთქი, დღესაც არ მანერვიულო თქო, მარა ბრაზილიელებში მე ვის ვხედავ? ერთი რუსი შუაში. მეთქი, ამის დედაც არ მოუტყან, მეთქი. დავდოთ liquid-ზე. რა მაფია ირჩიეს თუ არ დაუპიგიათ ჯერ? ფიქიც არ ყოფილა ბიჭო ეს დედამოტყნული დო. რა გჭირთო? აუ რამდენს იგინები ჩემო ძმაო სტრიმზე. რავი რა ეს რო ბრაზდები ხუაზე ხარ ბოდი იზვინით რა ძმაო რა თუ ვინ ბავშვები და რაღაცა მიყურებთ. არა ძმაო რა იზვინი პროსტა ისეთი თემაა რომ ხუაზე ხარ რა ეხა ცუდად ისმის რა სტრიმზე მაინც რა. შემყლეს რა შეყლეს ბიჭო შენ შიქხუ არ გაკ როგორ ბაზრობდო როგორც მინდა ეგრე ვბაზრობ ვაფშე ყლეზე მკიდია რა იდი ნახვი
ლუის ენრიკემ დაადონატა 2 ლარი გაგიწამო CSGO მაგებში გამოსადეგარი კაცი ხარ არსენალი არ გაფასებს
რა ბიჭო რა რაც გაიგე შენ ხარ ბიჭო ნაბოზარი მე ვარ ნაბოზარი ხო შენ ხარ ხო გაი რავა მაინც გაგი წამ PSG-ს კომაგებში გამოსადეგი კაც არსენალი არ გაფასებს ლუის ენრიკე ლუის ენრიკე არა так ესე იგი ამათმა რა დაბანეს ფუ ჯეკა ფუ აი მოიცადე ეხა ნახე აქ რა ხდება მაფი კიდე ვერ გავა უცხო ბიჭო მაგარი ყლე კომანდა ხარ ხო? აი ამათ მეორე ის როგორ ვნახო სტრიმი ტო შიქხო არა აქვს ტო. აი ტო. აი რა სიძახი ტო. აი მართლა ტო. რა ჩემი ყლის თამაში არის? აი ანუ ამაც თამაში არ იქნება? აი всё.
Bit of a red flag like if Mouse removes him once the season has started like that's a serious sort of conviction that's a serious call to make and what could be so terribly wrong where they decide to do
ხო HLTV-ზეც არის
considering and if you're a different org
PvP-მ გაგვითიშა მეგობრებო გუში მირაჟი აბა რა ლიკვიდის მირაჟი არის იმენა ლიკვიდის მირაჟი არის იმენა ლიკვიდის მა მირაჟი არის ლიკვიდის გეუბნებით მე თქვენ მიბრი ვერ თამაშობს მირაჟს კარგად დავაი let's go ეს კარგი იყო უკვე
his system and his way of playing the
game
Brazilians getting used to that and
it
seemed like they were starting to
გამარჯობა გილოცავთ ლომისობას გილოცავთ რომ ლომისობის ბრწყინვალე დღესაც წაუს გთხოვთ შემოვატაროთ ცხარი სამჯერ
boosted by their opening game against TDU right and then that was going to help them get through as 3-0 and then also just some of the
არა არის ხა 40% და ყლეობა ვერ თამაშობენ ხა ნუ მაინც ნეგატიურია მაინც 50-ის ქვევით უკვე ნეგატიურია ნეგატივ
when he's on he's really good
well we're fired up to get this best of one on the road Jason you believing in a little bit more North American magic
ანჩელოტი ყოფილა იმათი მწვრთნელი ანჩელოტი არის ფეხბურთში ეს არის კაუნტერი რეებს ბაზრობს ესეთი კომუნიტი რანაირად მყავს ოღონდ ვინმეზე აჯმევინე მეტი არაფერი არ იცის კაი დაიწყო პირველ რაუნდი ნახოთ რა იზავენ ახლა ლიკვიდის მოთამაშეები სავარაუდოდ B არის ეს ერთი რჩება smokes მისცემს კარგია აუ ძალიან ცუდად განა სამნით განან B-ზე пиздец всё это пизда всё это пизда всё пизда всё пизда всё пизда всё пиздец ლიკვიდი აქეთ არის ბიჭო მე მეგონა ლიკვიდი იყო ტი კაი თავისო კარგია ლიკვიდი წავიდა სიტი ყოფილა ლიკვიდი ხალხო მე მეგონა ტი იყო ლიკვიდი იმეგონა თავიდან
Listen, Liquid have a magical way of, turning that on its head. But yes, I'll tell you as someone who stood behind the Liquid team, when Alish has a pistol run like that, it made me feel a lot more comfortable as a coach.
Yeah, well, let's see how he keeps it up.
აი ultimate როგორც ყოველთვის ანუ როგორც resistant თამაში Windows-ში დგას და როგორც rezist უკნა იმედია იგივეს უდავს MIPS
3-0 after looking at BetBoom and having to
ultimate
play
davai
I think a lot of people went towards
არგინა ხო ძალიან ის
more confident
bro
yesterday.
Oh.
They just looked so flat as you were highlighting. Like we didn't really see that
უკან
individual
წავიდნენ.
level that we know they can
ნუ
get to.
ისეც დებიან, ეხა შევიდნენ უბრალოდ
play very
რომბი
well,
დადონ ან
and
დრო
Clint
გაყავთ საუბრობენ
show what he's
შემდეგ
capable of.
რაუნდებში რას გააკეთებენ. ნახოთ მიიწევენ ლიკვიდის მოთამაშეები ეხა რემთან ახლოს ორი პალასი მიდის. არა, სამი მიდის პალასი ბომბით, ორი ადიან რემპიდან. ნახოთ, ეხა ცოტა ხანში უკვე მიხვდებიან, რომ ეს A არის, იმიტომ რომ ტაიმინგი ეგეთი უწევს, მაგრამ ეხლა სწრაფად თუ გამოვიდნენ, ultimate ვერ მიიღებს ყველა სხვა სავარაუდოდ. დაელოდებიან smoke-ის გასვლას. არა, არ დაელოდნენ, გამოვიდა ტყუიები არ ეყო, რა თქმა უნდა. აქ ნახოთ მეორე მოთამაშე რაც დიდავს, მაგრამ ბომბი მაინც დადეს, ეს კარგია მათი ეკონომიკისთვის. ნუ იდეალური, მაქსიმალური რაც შეეძლოთ ამ რაუნდიდან გააკეთეს. 1 და 78 ქონდა ძმაო. 1 და 78 ქონდა თამაშის დასაწყისში. ნეიმარი აქაა თუ მსოფლიოზე მიდის. მსოფლიოზე მიდის, მაგრამ სანამ მსოფლიო დაიწყება, ჯერ ეხმარება ბრაზილიელებს გასვლაში. Liquidზე გიდოს 200. საღოლ გუკაიე, როგორ მიხვდით ძმაო, მითხარი აბა.
That one against GamerLegion in Atlanta when Rez
ამის გამო ხო არ მიხვდი შემთხვევით.
And I was just like, those two players, really? That's how we're going to lose this game? Well, let's see if the fortunes have changed.
Ultimate გადის მიდზე. არა, ჩახტა აგრესიულად ითამაშებს, ერთი ვინდოუდან აზღოთ, კონექტორი გავიდა სტანდარტულად. ისანიც ნახოთ რას იზავს, ისანი AK-ით არის, აქ ნახოთ მიდზე აგრესიულად უნდა თამაში და კონტაქტი იქნება საავარაუდოდ ეხა მიდზე, იმიტომ რომ შორტიც გამოსულია, მაგრამ smoke-ი აქვს შორტს. ნახოთ გავა ეხა smoke-ები. Windows smoke აგდებს თავიდან. არა, კონექტორი smoke-ია უკაცრავად. Flash-ი კონექტორი. Blindია. ვაიმე! Ultimate უნდა მოკლა. Bravo! Bravo! დაილოდე, იცოცხლე, თხოვ იცოცხლე. თხოვ იცოცხლე, ყლე ხარ. ვერ იცოცხლა. მალცი ultimate, ჩემი აზრით უნდა დაასეივონ, აქ ეხა retake-ის თამაშს, არ ვიცი, რამდენად აქვს აზრი, იმიტომ რომ B აქვს აღებული სამივე მოთამაშეს. ისეთი ტაიმინგი ერთის ინფორმაცია აიღო უკვე. მარცხნიდან ის აზღვევს, ნუ აზრი არ აქვს. ოიმე, ტყუია გაუ. გადატენე? კიტი ხო გაქვს? გაქვს კიტი? He's got this 1v1 against Breno, which he will not win regardless. Dedis tqnash esiro qleoshi.
Yeah, it's a big time clutch. Well done from Breno. Just holding the line. Molotov doesn't bother him whatsoever.
Nichi ara is va kide ra kvi iponi.
Close round as MIBR runs out of bullets down the stretch to make that retake possible. Elijah is going to be kicking himself here, feeling like he should have gotten at least one. What a snap from Venom Zera. Naf under so much pressure, forced into the open. And Malb's unable to complete the clutch, but another buy for Liquid. They've got the op in Ultimate's hands.
Bringing the energy early on with their first round victory for MIBR, but they're going to be going, it seems, pretty quick towards this A side. They've got utility lines.
Ai, არა, spy გვაქვს, შეუძლიათ მაინც. ბიჭო, რატო შემეცი? ძმა Liquidზე რამდა მინდოდა და დავდი.
It looks like there wants to be a point in this round.
ვა, იმას გააკეთებ. ის რატო გააკეთე? ამას იზავ, ეს რატო ქენი? რა გინდა ძმაო, თქვენ თვითონ დადეთ რაც გინდათ რა. თუ არ გინდათ სუნუ დადეთ. ვინმეს მოგიწოდებთ რამისკენ?
Well, they have got them into Carmel, LNZ at least, and now Morb's moving forward to deal with the ramp threat. He's only got the one. Trade out from Klim. AWP for Ultimate needs to chime in, and it's done so quickly enough there onto Breno. Now Insani has found the gap to move through onto this B site.
Yeah, this is actually the next phase of the round. This is
actually
MIBR going all the way back to the B.
ნახ, ყლესავით არ მოკდა ეხა. ყლესავით არ მოკდა. ეს ტიპი უნდა წაიკითხო. ყლეურად არის, ძალიან შემოპარული ამის ინფო არ არის. ხო, მარჯვნივ
not check and miss shots. Naf doesn't realize it, and now Liquid's got to scramble.
ვიცოდი რომ ეს იქნება.
No kids, you're not going to want to risk the op.
ნუ ბიზე შედიან ახლა თავისუფლად სარიელია B. ისევ რითეიკი მოუწევთ. ეს ერთი ყლე easy-ია ბოლომდე დარჩენილი. საღოლ ეს მეოთხე ვინ არის ultimate.
Now you're still a long way off and you've got no utility and you've got no kit.
And Ultimate still hasn't budged from the A bomb site.
ისანი ძალიან ხოძია საღო. ოპა, ეს პირველი ეს უნდა დაატრეიდო. უნდა დაატრეიდო. უნდა დაატრეიდო. ო მაგარი ყლეობა მოხდატო.
You got to go save this AWP here for Ultimate. So he's going to march away, carry that scope on over.
მეორე ბაიც წააგე, შათვალეთ ეს არის
A strong start from Klim that he's going to be
4-1 არა.
2-2. Scoreline now found for MIBR.
Almost too successful on that initial
4-1 ეს.
mobs and Ultimate at the A ramp because MIBR realizes they just
ორინ რა გინდა ძმაო?
we can't get up con two
მახსოვს კი. მერე
we just need to back off and find something different. Naf had cheated a little bit too far. It fully kind of committed to the concept that MIBR would be committed to that A hit, to the A bomb site. And Insani finds the escape route. Really nice play from him. Plan B in the round for MIBR, and it saves the day.
Yeah, good to see Insani in the play to make plays, get space, and find the fallback plan there for MIBR.
ნამდვილად ელკორი.
Can feel again you're locked in, just like
Როგორც
yesterday.
ვა?
Just keep it up, guys.
All right, Ultimate with the op. The only weapon that Liquid will have in the round, smoked out in the window. It's going to get broken for him, but
ტიპი რეზის უგედა მაგით ფლექსაობდა ჩატში. მაგის იმედზე როგორ უნდა იყო. არა, მაგრები არის. ეხა ნახე რას. ოყურა, ეხა ნახე. მაგრები არიან
Ultimate
ძმა.
really the only players a chance.
ეს ისნელი არის პროსტა ეს ტიპი და მაგიტო თამაშობს კარგად, თორე დიდი დანარჩენი ვერც ერთი რა.
See where he chooses to get aggressive. MIBR out of spawn has called a heavy lean towards the B bomb site. Doesn't look like they're interested whatsoever in changing that idea. Bomb site's wide open. It's just Naf back in market, but the priority for Liquid will be
ნუ
keeping
ბიზა შევლენ
Ultimate's
დადებენ
op on the
ახლა ეს
board.
ძალიან მარტივი ოპერაცია იქნება.
So no resistance really at this B bomb site.
All the util flying into the B bomb site, no resistance whatsoever. So MIBR can have an easy time of
High Q საწერია, HQ საწერია ერთი. Neidze საწერია. ეგ არის HAE.
MIBR taking the lead.
ანუ high explosive.
Very quick since the
High explosive grenade.
Money comes back for
HA.
Liquid, so around this op they'll have the M4s.
Q არ
See
წერია
if they
მან
can
დარსა.
change up how they want to approach this and put a stop to this attack from MIBR. Yesterday, MIBR lost to Thunder Down Under.
მაგარ ნერვებზე ვარ ძმაო.
And then went on to
მაგარი
beat Thailand
აჭრილი
in
ვარ.
overtime. For Team Liquid, it was beating big in their first match of the day, but dropping a close affair on Dust 2 to BetBoom.
ხოჩა ultimate.
Let it go to Dust 2 against
Yes,
BetBoom.
yes, neto.
Teams are starting to learn that, right?
Yeah, they're
It was
looking
funny.
very
We were watching that
comfortable
back at the hotel. And
Mშობლიური
we just
ენა,
got done
ინგლისური
casting
არა.
BetBoom on Dust 2, and the question that Stico asked him was, "Why do you think they're letting you have Dust 2? Don't they know you're really good on it?"
Yeah, honestly, I guess they're just also feel comfortable on the
ეგ
map, but-
HQ არის high
It's one of the issues
quality.
for Liquid as well. I mean, we just kind of
გერევათ ელემენტარული რავი სადმე წადით ხალხო ევროპაში. სადღაც გაიარეთ ხალხო, ესე არ შეიძლება რა. ყველაფერი გერევათ უკვე რა. High quality. ეს არის high explosive.
What their home comfort is going to be.
Yeah, you know, second best there is Inferno, 50% win rate, and Dust 2 at 36%. So, yeah, Team Liquid have been taking quite a few losses recently.
შუში ანდერს იღებს, ნუ ეს ნეიდი რა თქმა უნდა სტანდარტულად სმოუკში რო არ იყოს არავინ, გაიჩეკა სმოუკი. ნახოთ ახლა რა სიზავენ ტოპ მიდლის მოლოტოვი, მაგრამ მეიძეს სტაფი. ეს ჩამოუხდა ყლეა, ვაიმე. გაიელიჯი არა უსას ეს ტიპი ultimate დაიწვა. საღო ვერგე. ეს მომეწონა ძალიან კარგი იყო. კედელს რომ მიედო შეყლეო რო აღარ იწვევი და აღარ იმოძრაო. არ გინდა ხო ეგ? დაასეივეთ, გააჯვით. და გააჯვით დაასეივეთ დროზე.
Didn't even realize he backed off into a Molotov. This is a completely different style of game from MIBR than what we saw yesterday. Yesterday, I felt like they didn't have any ideas. They didn't know how they wanted to open up any rounds. Didn't have any ways to get some opening kills or an opening play. Now it's just been like grouped up, timing aggressive hits.
წავლენ ახლა. აჰა.
Klim just sent off to catch a couple more Liquid players with no mercy, at least. Now being able to hold on to the AWP.
ბრაზილიელი მაჩეტეთი როგორ მიდის ერთი მაჩეტეთი უბანში რო აქვს ნასწავლი ერთი.
Smoke is about to get broken open.
მოპედიანს ხელი როგორ მოაჭრას ტელეფონიანად რო აქვს სწრაფად რო აქვს ნასწავლი როგორ მირბის აფში.
Here's the flash is being sent out.
ეს
See
რა
mobs
ფლეში
blind as you
როგორ
highlight Jason
გაუფლეს
and
ბიჭო.
Klim's flashbang.
ეგ ფლეში
proves to
მან
be the gold
რანაირად
flash.
გაუფლეს.
Yeah, I mean, having those openings, that style of opening kill entering into the bomb site is just god tier. That makes the hits so much easier to work with.
Now a timeout taken here for Team Liquid, letting Flashy get on the mic.
Yeah, they need to figure things out quick or else they're going to get buried. We saw the difficulty that FlyQuest had.
შენ და ultimate-ის მამას გიდევთ Liquid-ის მოგებაზე მარტო.
CT side now getting buried by MIBR. So again, you have that
ავაი თა ეგრევე ვიფიქრე რა ბიჭო დადე მიბრძო რატო.
And at least in this round with some of the money built up.
მაგრამ ერთი რუსი რო ყავდათ არ დავდე მაგაცზე რა მეთქი ბრაზილიელთან მეთქი ერთი რუსი რანაირად იგებენ რამეს ერთმანეთისას მის კომუნიკეიშენი იქნება თქო ვიფიქრე ნუ ვერ იქნება ისეთი გუნდი ხა ხო ხდებენ რუსი სამ ბრაზილიელთან ეგ იგივეა როგორც აი 3 მილიონი ინდოელი რო ჩაიყვანეს როგორ უგებენ ერთმანეთს იმათმა ინგლისური არიციან ამათმა ინგლისური არიციან დაახლოებით რუსეთი
He is going to step to the side of that smoke, but the Molotov comes in to prevent that from happening, so it's got to be Shuei, and that 5-7 rings out into the kill feed, buying time, playing his life, and Ultimate uses that distraction to devastating effect and puts Klim into a clutch.
Yeah, that is the exact kill they needed out of Shuei, to give Ultimate the courage and the timing to walk through the smoke. Now he realizes that Ultimate is still there as well.
We've heard a lot about Klim. A lot about him. Expectations are high. Hasn't necessarily had the opportunity to show it yet, but now in a clutch into the open, and surely not. Ultimate backs away to the top of the stairs he goes, and Klim has to be precise, has to be perfect. Now down to just 2 bullets. Ultimate in the open, and the opera team Liquid
ეს იყო საუკეთესო რაუნდი. რაც შეიძლება მომხდარიყო. ეს მაუსი უნდა ვიყიდო რა
had to have Ultimate deliver that to him. After the heroics of Malbs,
რემონტა დაიჭიმება. დავაი.
Everything falling into place for Liquid. They needed that win.
რა ფლეში მისა? ნა ბლა, ნა ბლა.
And then he relocates underneath the balcony, and Ultimate is able to step through the smoke, save the day. Liquid right back in at 3-4.
აბა რა 17 ლარიანი შაურმა ჩაარტყი.
Klim does look pretty sharp right now, and he's got his hands on the AWP. See what he's able to do with it now. Heads out towards middle. He'll be checking towards connector, but no one from Team Liquid coming to challenge him just yet.
ეს რუსი თამაშობს ავებეთი?
Ultimate starting to get mobile on the map, starting at the B bomb site this time. Letting Naf stack towards the A bomb site, playing inside the cubby. Hidden from the kill feed. Elige is going to be on short. And MIBR still yet to make a move, make a decision.
Going to
rotate back through T.
Bomb
site again. It looks like another hit of this. It feels like at the moment Liquid are kind of like more worried about the mid pressure than anything. Naf has slid back to stairs instead of being in cubby. So Malbs is all alone and isolated when the utility eventually comes in, and this attack is going to be more focused on the players streaming out of halls.
Util goes in towards the A side. The pop is out. Malbs got the first Naf on the follow-up. Strong start here from Team Liquid. Klim doing what he can, but it's not enough to keep his team competitive in this round. 40 seconds left, and Team Liquid at 4v2, and they've stalled out MIBR towards ramp.
Yeah, big difference now is the opening kills go the way of Team Liquid on these A hits. They're the ones peeking in. So Klim's got the open. LNZ was just about to shift back. So 1v4, and Liquid about to tie things up.
შუშა შეხედე პახ
Just to peek out and get the final kill around and back to back.
ნახუი
A timeout force from MIBR.
Yeah, money's disappeared. Money's gone away.
Money's disappeared, bro. Yeah.
So
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
Economy giving themselves a little bit of breathing room.
Money's disappeared.
In round 8.
Money's fucking disappeared.
And a chance for them to string 3 together, build momentum, and really solidify their stance on this CT side.
Bravo, Sago. Კარგი იყო ეს მომეწონა.
11 kills on Klim, 10 for Malbs. Those two players leading on the scoreboard for their respective teams. And this time no one can
შენ რატო ხარ ჩემ წინააღმდეგ ეს სირო ყლეთვალება რატო ხარ ჩემ წინააღმდეგ
Stepping into round 9, it's a tie game. And MIBR are going to be fighting with pistols. No
Yeah, this is fucking shit, bro. Yes. As რა შობიანს, მაგრამ რეიზი ყავთ? ბუსტი გამიკეთე, ბუსტი მიძე.
These pistols move into middle as a pack. Shue not wanting to expose himself.
ეხა უყურე რამდენი რაღაც მოხდება შეხედე ეხა ნახე.
Just stays behind the wall.
Yeah, no movement from MIBR either.
რა ბუზობას
We're hanging
აკეთებენ.
out.
Wow.
Well, then Shue once again just peeking out for info. This time mobs from Con will join him and display a little bit of damage towards Klim. It's been an enjoyable start to the game, to be honest, with both teams. There's been good individual moments.
I'm curious what MIBR is going to look like in their next gun round, right? Like these, now that Liquid's shown they can stop these hits, they've stopped it with a force buy, now they've stopped it with a full buy. In the previous round, like, does MIBR continue going with that, or do they feel like it's kind of run its course?
აი ხო ვიცი რომ მიბზერო დამედო მაინც ლიკვიდს უგულ შემოადგენენ. აი აუეს მოწყლეს უეჭვარ. არა, არა, chill guys, ეს ბაყაყევით როზის უკვე შეხედე ის.
Okay.
Lee, Queen, D, Gela, დავაი, აბა Liquidis კი რამდენი ხართ? დავაი, მოვიხოდეთ Liquidi.
We are just, like a bit going before the flashes. I see we are tilting a bit. Just go, stick.
Aha. ანუ კარჩეო, stick-ო რა, ანუ იდექითო რა, ანუ just stick. ანუ პოზიცია შეინარჩუნეთო რა.
So Leash going to be on short. Shue's dropped down. They wanted to swing and take a paired fight against anyone swinging out.
380 რაღაცას.
Didn't work and Leash never spotted
85 თუ რაღაც.
And a perfect flashbang, and at that moment Shue had just left and evacuated out of con, so he wasn't there to fight with the Leash.
სამი კაცი ხართ გაგაბრაო. სამი კაცი უკვე ძალა არის ძმაო. ერთიც დაგვემატება და უკვე სკვადი ვართ, ფეისიძე შევდივართ. რა პრობლემაა? ჭენიერია. სამი და ხარისხიანი ვართ. დანარჩენი უხარისხოვები ხართ. მე მკიდია, მომთხოვეთ პასუხი. უხარისხო ისინი ხართ. ამან მირბიო დაწერა ვაფშე შეხედე მირბი ყვირის რა მირბი ძმა რა მირბი აბა სად მირბი ხარე აჰა ultimate-ა ვერ მიგიღოთ აგერ
going to be planted inside in the man to confirm it. And now a 4v3 with Team Liquid having to recover this.
ვაიმე რა ყლეთ აიმინგი იყო. ბუსტი. ვა, 4-ვე შორტი ხარ, თქვენ გენაცვალეთ. თქვენ შემოგევლეთ, 4-ვე შევიკრიბეთ ქართველებო. პური ვჭამო, დავლიოთ. შევიკრიბეთ შორტზე ბიჭები. ასე ვართ ეხა. ბლაინდია ყლესავით ისანი. კარი. გიჯი. დრო აღარ გახდა ვენახო უკან. მოგკლეს დაჟე.
An extra insult to injury. It's Klim with the final headshot as well down short. He is really showing us what he's made of here on Mirage.
Big boy round. The time was so
short-ზე ვინ მიდის
seconds they needed to clear out every corner and every
4 short-ი რა ჩემი ყლეა ბიჭო.
Gives Klim exactly what he needs.
4 short-ი რა არის ვა.
He's committing to a spray. Ultimate does everything he can to bring this round back into contention.
And then Naf, his two
kills on the retake, you think it's looking
like it's going to be enough. They had to get on the defuse. The time was ticking so far. That smoke was blocking them for such a long period of time. And Team Liquid run right into Klim, who takes 2. But Ultimate straight back to opening. That's going to be Insani, who stepped behind the top mid-smoke. It should be pretty safe behind that, but Ultimate is just blasted him right through it.
Yeah, I think Ultimate just took a shot. I think the window smoke was up as well. He just fired one off. Elige grabs the kill.
I hate-ერებს არ უსმენთ AWS მოკლეს. Კაი, გადი, აბა გააჯვი. გადარჩი, ხო ხედავ.
Much better here from Team
AWP მიეცი, კარგი ხარ. AWP გაუცვალა, კარგია, ეს კილია. Nice.
I got Klim who's going to play underneath the window, but
ხუინა ძმა რა გაყვირებთ.
Into the underpass.
ეს არ ვიცი ვის უთხარი ძმა. ხუინაო ვის უთხარი. აი ჩვენ ყვიროდით და ჩვენ გვითხარი ხუინაო. ჩემი ცოლიან ძრეველი?
So 6-5 Liquid will take this lead.
ვისეუნები ძმაო?
Snap nails it.
ჩვენ რა მეუყვიროდი პრინციპში ვინ ჩვენ.
That's a good piece of information over at MIBR. Unfortunately, I mean, well, maybe fortunately even.
მიბრს მობიზო. იასნია. ხუინა.
I think when you go to a
კარგია, ultimate-ა მომწონს, კარგი ბიჭი არის. ნახუი, არ გაუკეთა ეგრევე ისანს. ბლядь.
Well, you're going to take that one too. So that's
ბარა.
the lead of the game.
სახში რომელი თამაშობს?
Really should be taking 7-5 here. You've got MIBR on
რანა
Tech
იგი
9s.
მაყურებლები მყავს,
Get
ხლევდები
the
დო.
Tech 9s attack NAF. Your secondary
რანა ბიჭო, რამეში ერკვევით? გარდა იმისა, რომ ადამიანი დააბულინგოთ, რა სხვა რამეში ერკვევით? ვინ თამაშობს სახშიო მეკითხება ძმა კაუნტერზე?
Oh, he's sticking around. He really
Nah,
wants this
Gigi.
one. Chopper right is out.
წაღო.
He is going to lose his life quite quickly.
რო ჩამხტარიყავი
Fast
არა?
as a leash. He's right, he's got the position. He gets
რო ჩამხტარიყავი შეხალეო, შენ არა? უეჭველი უნდა მიგეყო ყველა, ხო?
Obvious idea that MIBR could have thrown in, but it's worked out very well for them. And Klim down range with the deagle. It's going to be 6-6. Ultimate and Morps have to pull off a 2v4 retake.
Oh, that was the one. That was an opportunity there that they needed, and Sani finds it coming through the smoke. That's Ultimate going down last. A brawl.
ესენი ბიჭო ძალით აკეთებენ.
MIBR ends tied 6-6 headed into halftime. ეს მაგ აყიდულია, მე ამათ დავარეპორტებ. მაგარი თიმი გავაძრე, რაზეც შეგიძლია მილიონი. მიდი ძმაო და შენ დადე მეგ მილიონები. ღმერთმა მოგაგებინოს. მიდი და დადეცო შენ, მე არ მინდა. არ გააბაზრო თორე, ბევრი გაიგებს, შენ დადეცო. ეს რა მუსიკაა ბიჭო? ქეშავ და განცეთ ხალხი დავადონატეთ იმას 60 ლარს. მე მაინც მაქვს იმედი ძმაო. ვაფშე ეხლა ვფიქრობ ხوار დავამატოთ ხო? სიმართლე რო გითხრა. გუშინ 400. დავაი კრის, მეორე ჰალფი ჩვენია უეჭველი. დავაი. ლიკვიდი. წყალი. ხევადი. ჩატში გაისპამოს ხევადი. რა ყლე ხდება? სტრიმზე ვარ? რა ყლე ხდება? სო, დავბრუნდი. სო, დავბრუნდი. არა, ინტერნეტის ხარვეზი იყო რაღაცა სილკნეტი გამოყლევდა ეს ბოლო პერიოდია რა. ბოლო 1-4-5 დღეა ძალიან გამოყლევდა სილკნეტი. აი, ეხლა მე მოვიტან კოკაკოლას. The other goes 1-2 here at the Intel Extreme Masters Cologne Major 2026. This was a brawl between the two.
2026.
It was very clutchy. It was individuals popping off. I mean, Klim obviously leading the charge here for MIBR, but you had Elise step up.
And the Major 2026. Let's go.
6 on Venom and Insani.
რემფს იწყებენ სწრაფად, ნახოთ ეს თუ გაპიკავს დედა აქ მოტყნული, დავაი მიდი გაპიკე, მიდი გამიპიკე, ერთით მიიღე, კარგი ხარ, ეგ ბლაინდია, ეგეც უნდა მომიკლა, შევიდა ნაფი, ერთი თავებზე დგას, კარგები ხართ, ფლეში მისცა, ბომბი უნდა დაიდოს, კარგია, ხო, აღარ გაპიკო, ულტიმეიტ ყლე ხარ. კარგი ხარ? შემოვიდა, გეცა. აუ, ბიჭო, თქვენ ყლეები ხوار ხარსო. ეს ყლეა მე მგონი ეს ნაფი ძმა. რა შევოდა ბიჭო? დაიცით რა ანგარიშია? 6-7. Elo. 6-7.
What are we doing? We've just secured the bomb, so we've just forced the defense back. We're in a 4-on-3. We don't need to take this. Why are we aggressing? Why is Ultimate out in the open dropping a smoke? Why is Alish pushing in towards jungle? Boys, secure the bomb so I get it planted and just...
რა ჩემი ასაკი, მე არ ვარ 6-7.
But Naf has just saved him, but MRPR with the damage they inflict, they feel like they want to go for this and get a good force buyout. So 3 MP9s, 2 the Eagles arrive. Team Liquid going to go for a simplistic hit towards the site with the majority of their players, while smokes are up in middle. And Shuei trying to join them from short, so he's already up here with a Mat 10, but he gets
სტანდარტული სქემა არის, როგორც ყოველთვის, ანუ
Team Liquid, they're crumbling as they try and get out towards the B side. There's too many players here.
ეს სტანდარტული სქემა არის.
Got to start carving them up, but it's Brennan who's on the boosted position. This boost box is going to be strong until he's cleared by Ultimate. The
Ninja
comes in with
mokda,
a headshot.
bro.
Team Liquid have recovered
Ninja
it
win
again.
mokla, bro.
It's down to 1v1. Can Klim win this one? Again, it's against Naf. Naf had the better of him in the pistol. Now looking for it again.
ნაფ გთხოვ
Used
მეორეც.
the word brawl to describe this
გთხოვ,
game.
ორი
Again,
ტყვია
it's
არის.
continuing into the second
გეხვეწები,
half.
გთხოვ.
Klim getting ever closer.
გთხოვ, ორი ტყვია.
Naf just waits.
გთხოვ
on the bench.
ლიკვიდი მასმას.
Changes the position again. This time Klim's got it. Klim wins it. What a recovery. A 3K from Klim. And that might just be the one that breaks Liquid. You know, you win the pistol just about, but that round Klim is stolen away.
Yeah, I mean, this is, you just run right into the stack if you're Team Liquid. Yeah, you know, not even no finesse to it whatsoever. This is exactly what MIBR did to you in the first half as well. Like hitting into this B bomb site a couple of times, especially on low buys, but you just get stopped cold. Naf can't win this one. Klim is a monster, dude. He hits the long-range MP9 on Ultimate as well. All the way up towards the balk at the B halls.
A brilliant performance from Klim, who, you know, I said yesterday, I hope this is Klim's breakout event. Like, I hope the Major will be his moment where he can show all the hype that's been around him, because he didn't have a great Budapest event. Obviously in the Major last time, you know, went out 0-3, but he's actually showing us much more is capable of here against Team Liquid today. 21-10. He's got an AK-47. He's also the utility bearer. So let's see what he can do.
Maybe not a breakout performance yet, but certainly eye-opening. Doing to Liquid what Sonic just did in the first match against FlyQuest. No aggression from Liquid, staying far back with these pistols. It'll end up with an accept towards the A bomb site. MIBR at this point feels like they kind of have cleared out the map and know what's happening.
იმენა ხვდებიან რომ ეი არის მიდლის აგრესია არ იყო.
Breno playing Balk, Insani shifts into the bomb site. Klim is going to be in con.
Yeah, 40 seconds. As Team Liquid get ready to walk out into the A site.
ამან line-up-ი დაკარგა.
It's going to be the majority of the thrust coming out through ramp. Insani and Breno. First 3 kills make it 4 for the defenses, putting it all on Ultimate Tetris, and Klims is going to move out and take that final kill. So MIBR into the lead of the game. Team Liquid do not get a bomb plant. They do not have enough money for a buy in this next round, and so they have called the timeout.
ხოდა მაგას დაინძრევა.
You want to see this offense give you like 2 or 3 really good rounds so you can feel like you settled.
არაფერი GG არ არის ძმა. ვიჩვიდი არის რა GG.
This half after winning the pistol. So Flashy wanted to
ფული რატო არ გაქვთ? თქვენ შიხუ არ გაქვთ. გაფორს ეს ბიჭო.
We're gonna have a talk this next round. Not so much of an investment from Team Liquid. Likely just Flashy calming things down as they head into a round with only Glocks. They had to concede the back and forth economic battle.
I want us all to take a deep breath and do a little water break because we are getting a bit frustrated for nothing. It's a best of one. We need all our effort into winning.
Oh, Klimas
All right, everything
22
focused on the win in this best of one.
ეს ელენესი ძმა ვისე იაზვება 3-0 აქ ამ
Also
გამოყლებებულს
take an identical timeout on Mirage in that last
ვის
game.
ატოქსიკებს ერთი კაცი თამაშობს მარტო კლიმი ძმა
Emotions starting to really pile up here.
ერთი კაცი თამაშობს იქიდან მარტო
You can understand there have been a lot of
ესეთი
frustrating rounds,
გუნდთან ყოველთვის
intense moments, but this is definitely a breather. Slow things
ის
down.
რა შემიყლე არის
Return to a state of calm, and so MIBR will be taking a 9th round here. I mean, this is wild, isn't it? Like, look at that kill feed. Look, I mean, look at the kills. You got 22 on Klim.
Oh, it's
No one else is double figures.
Yeah. He's the engine, start to finish. And I mean, NRG needed a second player to step up behind Sonic to get over the finish line. It's feeling at the moment like Klim's still keeping it up. Here's the move from Liquid. Utility drops, and it should be an easy shutdown for MIBR from here. So we'll go into round 17. Guns will come back out from Team Liquid. And we'll see what they were able to kind of work through in the timeout at the start of this round of how they want to play these rounds moving forward. There's no AWP on the field for MIBR. Liquid will be aware of that for the moment. That'll change moving forward, but for this one, round 17, they have an opportunity to work the map without having to go up against the AWP.
რაყლესავით ითამაშეს პროსტა აი არ ვიცი რას ქვია მძინავს
I'll climb up into the ladder room. Still wielding that AK. Shui. Flash into the top mid play. He'll get in behind the boxes just as that smoke fades away.
A very quiet round so far. Alicia's in position, looking for a jump. Lovely nade from Insani.
Ventus დაადონა და 2 ლარი. გუშინ რაოდებ ფაუტარიო.
Naf is playing it very passively out of vision.
რავო Ventus შენ ხარ მართლა ძალიან კაი რეპერი არის სხვათა შორის ძალიან კარგი შემოსვა PvP flow-ზე რო გაბოდი Ventus-ა ხო ძალიან კაი ბიჭია სხვათა შორის რა ხდება ის არ დაიწვა ის ყლე აუ
First two go the way of MIBR making.
ხო, ეგ მაინც მოკალიფთ. ხო, 3 kili აქვს უმაკლეს. ეგ მაინც მოკალი.
He's just fallen flat. There's nothing in the round. Mob's doing what he can, but it's just one and he's pinned in the corner of the apartments, and the NAF will be unleashed. But 30 seconds left, and the bombs drop the middle, completely surrounded by the remaining MIBR players. So this round goes absolutely nowhere for Team Liquid.
Yeah, it actually looks silly, but I mean, that's due to the proactive nature of MIBR. Not going to put it all on Team Liquid. I mean, you go in and clearing out A ramp, you see nobody home, you feel no pressure at A, you feel no pressure at B. It's quiet on the map, so everyone's kind of aligned for a mid-trap at that point. And as soon as Liquid throw that utility, the window smoke, the con smoke, that's when the CT flashes start raining over. And Liquid's making their play pretty much immediately in that first salvo of util. So everyone's exactly where MIBR expects them to be as they collapse down in the middle of the map. There's Shui calling for a half buy around the AK-47 of NAF.
ამოკაჩავენ 17 ლარიანი შაურმა, უეჭველი ამოკაჩავენ. გელა ხო აქ ხარ 17 ლარიანი შაურმა. შევიკრიბოთ, მოდით ერთი წამი სამივე რა. მოიწიეთ ერთი წამი. გელა და 17 ლარიანი შაურმა, მოიწიეთ ერთი წამი. ბიჭო ჩვენ ზოგადად სითხეები ყოველთვის ანუ არა ვერ გაიგებ ყველაზე ძლიერები ვართ ვაფშე ჩვენ თუ ავდიდით და ცუნამი წამოვიდა ამათ გადავლედა სულ ყველას
Towards top middle they go. Venom. Oh, clean headshots coming in from Venom, spraying down 4.
კაი ეს ეკო იყო მომისმინეთ ხა გელა მომისმინეთ ძმაო შენ მე მახსოვს ყოველთვის ძალიან ისეთი იყავი რა
11 to 7.
ყოფილი ნეპარიელი შაურმა მოიხოდე შენ ხოძე უნდა ვიყოთ და უნდა მოვიგოთ უეჭველი დავი წავ დავაი let's go
Whatever. Time out for Liquid.
ცუნამი უნდა ვანახოთ
previous one just to try and calm the team down going into an eco round. Now you got to do something tactical if you're flashy to get this team to the winning ways. 4 rounds behind. And you got all the resources you could want. AWP is going to be out in the hands of Ultimate. You got 3 AK-47s full of utility. Naf's going to be back onto a Galil due to saving the weapon previously. Problem now is that you don't realize it quite yet, but the AWP is in play for MIBR too. There's the switch up for the CT side. He's been rifling for most of this half. Now brings out the big green for the close. 5 rounds in a row for MIBR after losing the pistol in this second half. Liquid have not shown up on this T side.
Not at all.
ჯერ არ წამიგია ძმა, რა რამდენს იგებდი რომ მოგეგო, არ წამიგია ჯერ. რემპი გააკლიერეს, ვითომ გონიათ რომ გააკლიერეს, ამ დროს მალფსი იქ დგას, ჩვენი ტოპ ფრაგერი. ნახოთ აბა კლიმის ადგას, კლიმის ათამაშოს. მეორე. მეშვიდე. ეიზე თამაშობს. Firebox თამაშობს კლიმი.
At least MIBR giving Team Liquid a little bit of mid-control to work with this time.
Bispliti გთხოვ რა, არ გინდათ ესე ისპლიტი გთხოვ, ბისპლიტი მიდით რა. ელიჩ, კარგი ხარ, აბარა. ეს ყლე უნდა მოკლა ეხა აქ. ოპა, ხმა გაიგო, რომ გაუფლეშეს, იცის რომ შემოსულია. კარგი ხარ ელიჩ? კარგი ხარ, ტონკად, მშვიდად.
This allows Insani to rotate back and play like he's going to be quick rotate towards the A bomb site.
ისევე ისპლიტი არის ხო? მაინც ისპლიტს აპირებთ ხო?
35 seconds as Liquid throughout the next round of utility and start making their move.
35 second კი არა, ლეუშენ შედით მალე. ეს ისე იგივე ყლეობას აკეთებს?
Bruno forced into the open with you.
Nice!
Is going to take claim.
არა. ხო, დაიწვე. ხო.
Third as well. Mobs has just won the round.
All right.
Yeah, that's
Let's go.
For Mobs.
Let's go.
I was just highlighting how there was no one there to save them for Team Liquid. No glimpse of hope.
ეგეც უნდა მოკლათ. ეგეც უნდა მოკლათ.
Well, the execute when they actually
აი, არ გინდათ. ფული არ გვაქვს, არ გინდათ. დადეკით. დარჩი. თუ სპალასი წადი. Low HP ხარ დაიმალე მან.
3 quick kills, make it as easy as possible. Here's the first. You can see the Alper train towards Khan. Breno fighting towards Khan. Venom fighting towards Khan. And Mobs is able to get 3 kills with nobody paying attention to him. So 8 now for Team Liquid. First gun round of this second half on the board. 4 players survive. They get to keep plenty of money in their pockets.
Money in the pockets? Yes. Right, yes.
Yeah, they've got plenty of money. So buy coming up.
მადლობა რჩევისთვის დავდე მეც. არავისთვის არ მირჩევია მე არაფერი. ეხლა იქნება არ და კაიგუში სხვადასხვა.
That economic break, it's going to be at a really painful timing for MIBR, right? Just depending on how like weapons are saved and stuff, but they could break them at a scoreline like 10-11 and then it's weird.
სამუდამო ბანი არის ვინც წინასწარ დაწერს რამეს ან რამეს ნამიოკით იტყვის ან რაიმე მსგავსი სამუდამო ბანს ვადებ, სადაც იდენტიფიკაციას მოვახდენ რომ იგივე პერსონაჟია, აბსოლუტურად უმიზედოდ იცევ სამუდამო ბანს ვადებ სხვა აკაუნტზეც.
We need it, but let's keep it in check. A exec from Team Liquid.
Oh, Breno forced into the open again by good utility. It's once more Mobs with success towards the site. Now, they're going to move out with a broken smoke. Klim trying to connect with AWP, but he ends up just taking a lot of damage.
Nice! Nice!
Steps out. He's got 2 this time.
Save. Go save. I was done
They have that same idea that I have, where it's just like the economic break would be an absolute disaster if it comes to pass. So save as many of these weapons. You've got so much.
არა, მეიჟორზე იქნება ეს წესი, ეს კანონი იქნება. ვინც დაგვას სპოილერებს, სამუდამო ბანი.
He's been playing Palace for what feels like over a decade now for his team. So he's just
მაგაზე არ არის კაცობა.
Peek out to support the team scaling into the site. Double kill for him.
მე ვიძახი ანგარიშის დაწერაზე. წინასწარ.
And now Liquid's starting to go to work. Closing the gap on the scoreboard. 9-11. Elige wants to take some weapons away.
როგორ? კარგად და ლამაზად.
Clip was a beast on the AK. Might want to get it back in his hands.
არაფერს არ გასწავლით, კაცო.
Using the AWP these last two, and both of them have been wins for Team Liquid.
Hasn't been able to get involved. I mean, this round he tries, they have that smoke break towards CT, and it's a good idea to try and pick away, but they were so ready for it. And once they just sprinkle with him with utility and damage, he can't do anything for the round.
Major-ზე ვარ და დამთავრდა ეს თამაში და გითხრა მეიბრმა მოიგო თუ არ დაგასპოილერო. სატარდება აბა Major-ი. რომელ ქალაქში ხარ?
Yeah. And also 2 rounds back to back now where Bruno has been mollied out of his position immediately. He hasn't really been able to get comfortable.
კოლოგნე გასაგებია, რა ქალაქია ქართულად დამიწერე აბა? კოლოგნე. რა ქალაქია აბა კოლოგნე?
Lige is a really detail-oriented nerd. Oh, and he's blinded, and he's taken down. Doesn't matter. Yeah, if you can't see a thing, oh well.
Well, a 2-man advantage now for MIBR, so they've gone out and hunted that down and been disruptive towards Team Liquid's key side. They're finally starting to get going.
They've been doing
That's
been a really cool philosophy MIBR's had throughout this half. Just a lot of that disruptive play has been more geared towards a ramp, double nading, flash peeking it, getting that information, mid-round traps over in mid. This one is just brutal though. Liquid's starting to feel like they built some momentum and just
ქართული არ მესმის კარგად მე არაბი არის.
You're going to have to try and recover.
But luckily, Alive is the 2 players that have been doing something on the server. You've got Naf, Ultimate, and Molds really been the only players getting a huge amount of impact. So if there is to be any 3v5 possible, it would be this one.
Well, B-bomb side just got smoked out. Footsteps to run away. Naf and Ultimate going to come back to it, which leaves Molds to his own devices in middle. So how aggressive does he want to be? You have to make the decision if you're Molds to try and be a distraction or just try and be alert for the late round. He's chosen lurk.
ეს კლესავით არის. მე მგონი გონია რომ მოიგო. იქთან ერთი ყლე დგას. ხო, შენ არ დაგიჭიროს. არა. კარგი ხარ, გაიქეცი. უბრალოდ გაიქეცი. ვაიმე, ყლეა, ხო გეუნებით ეს. ხო, მოკალი. Nice! Nice! დადე! მოგითხარით, ყლეებით გალა, 2 ყლე დგას ბიზე. ხო, ეხა არ წააგო. ვაი დედა, low HP. Kitchen.
Has nothing to do here. He can't win this on the AWP. So he's going to start retreating, and Team Liquid with a massive 3v5.
That's unbelievable. That's actually come in. That bomb
coming
short quickly. That was not an easy 3 versus 5 to win. They done it with style. Everyone survived until the tail end, and the double up setup that MIBR switched into has now been 3-round wins in a row for Team Liquid against the AWP and Clim. For 2 rounds straight, and this time both AWPs miss critical shots. That switch feels sold MIBR down the river these last few rounds. Still so much money to play. But this will be a round they look back on and wonder how the hell it happened.
მიბრი მე ვიყავი 2017 წელს. კი არა და ანუ ფული არ ქონა თუ ვერ დავინახე. გახდა მდინარე ცუნამი და გადაუარეთ მიბრს. აუ რა კაინა თქვა მიიღო გელა. საღოლძმაო გახდა მდინარე ცუნამი და გადავუარეთ მიბრს. ბრავო ძმაო. ძალიან კაი იყო.
MIBR now after these rounds stretch from Team Liquid 3 in a row has been brought low. A very strong buy here for the MIBR defense, but Cash is gone after this on 4 players.
გლეა გენიოსი ხარ. რა გლეა ძმა შენიანი არის.
Flashlight into the round.
რო გაჭედავს მე ვეღარ ხდება. გელა ქვია ძმა.
But Team Liquid, here they come. It's direct, it's simple, and it's straight towards the A site early. Trying to get out of the ramp. So the overview on the right side of your screen. Those smokes land into the site. Couple of defenders here. MIBR plays in front of the smokes. They're going to go into the open. And they're really doing a good job at stopping Team Liquid from getting out of the ramp. But here they come now, scaling over Tetris. Taking Bruno down. Shuei's falling without anything. Venom Zera and LNZ lining up a couple. They've spotted Ultimate head into a sandwich. They need a kill here, Team Liquid, and they need it now, and they just can't get it. So MIPR do a good job at holding the wolf at the door and not letting Team Liquid pass Tetris.
I'm surprised Liquid executed
რა Liquid-ის ფან შეხვედრა ვაკის პარკში როდისაა? ფანი კი არ ვარ ძმა ამათი.
I think MIBR said you beat us here a couple of times earlier. You've burned Breno out a number of times. He's having a tough stretch here at the A-bomb site. Bring some extra bodies over. So well prepared for this, and Liquid never got a kill that allowed them to take space. Every single fight they took is stuck at that same choke point right at the top of the ramp. MIBR just keep them funneled.
And a huge relief as they get to map point here. MIBR at least confirming overtime at a minimum. Oh, there's going to be ultimate. That's a great opening frag here to catch Klim, who definitely is slowing down since he pulled out that AWP.
Yeah, and those opening kills worth their weight in gold at this stage of the game. Liquid, after the first day, towards the bottom end of teams at finding opening kills and rounds, finding entries.
LNC slipped in towards the apartments. An aggressive play forward against mobs as that smoke will soon fade away. Who is going to react faster?
Nice!
Oh, it's LNZ who reacts faster as
Guys,
mobs
both the
Leash and mobs up in the app, so that double kill has flipped this right back to even odds again.
What a huge advantage, just hand right back over. Thinking maybe that with that push from LNZ, they had shifted a fourth player to the other side of the map. They saw 4 defenders at the A-bomb site last round. Maybe that was the line of thinking. Another tough recovery of a round. Breno slides into the bomb site. Off angle, doubles up. This time, no utility to burn him out, so he gets to make his play, and he gets to close it out. 13-10. MIBR shocked Liquid right at the tail end.
Yeah, brutal from Breno. The fact he's out from default, multiple targets right in front of him. Perfect accuracy, breaking apart Team Liquid. Just a slow start in that second half. Klim won some essential clutches from IPR. And that was enough to give them just that little bit of an edge that they were able to close out versus Team Liquid.
And they did need a second player to come step up with him. So a shout out to Venom Zera in that second half. Really climbed up the scoreboard. 21 kills for him to join up and help MIBR sustain this victory. Tough loss for Team Liquid. Good fight for a number of
Europa რუსეთის წინააღმდეგ. W GamerLegionზე ხო არ ხაროთ ე?
We're going to head down to the desk as Freya's ready.
We are indeed, yes.
2-0-ია.
Out to this best of one.
დაახლოებით.
Cements them 2-1 here at the Intel Extreme Masters Cologne 20.
ხო არ ხაროთ ე?
We said kind of a slow start to that second half for Liquid. Ended up costing them, Yanko.
Definitely so. That second round was just a disaster, really, after winning pistol. You know, Klim.
კაი კუჭი შემეშ გთხოვ.
With a long range MP9 first, and he
არ მესაუბრო გთხოვ ხო.
I'm feeling good about my all-star team.
ხო, მაგრამ მოიცადე ერთი წამით, ბიჭო. ეს 3 pistol ball 3 არის?
From the side of Team Liquid, if it weren't for that 3v5 sort of miraculous conversion, MIBR would have just closed it out.
Yeah, MIBR now in that 2-1 pool. We've got LNZ joining us up here. Congratulations. Tell me about closing that one out. That was pretty nice ending, right?
Yeah, it was quite nice to be carried today. Very useless individually, but my teammates they play very good, so I'm very happy to say that.
We were just talking about the Klim clutch.
აი, აბა მე ვსაველოდები ერთი ვინას დაპიკავს.
Rather than the round after he manages to get that 1v1 versus NAF. What was that reaction like in the comms?
That was a really good feeling to see him pull that off, and yeah, he had a really good game.
კი, ძალიან შენ ძალიან მაგარი თამაში ქონდა. ძმა 3-14-ზე იყავი. შენ ძალიან უნდა გიხაროდეს, მაგრამ გაასწორა კი.
This game, you know, yesterday you lose the opener, right? Then against Tailu, you have a big lead. Goes into OT.
3-14-ზე იყო და ინტერვიუზე მივიდა ძმა.
Not let that one slip away as well and come back and win.
კი, 4 კილი რო ქონდა ეგ არის.
Just tell me about that.
და ინტერვიუზეა მისული.
Obviously very important to like bounce back on the Tailu game. Like we almost lost it in the end, like getting comeback almost.
Liquid მაგარი ყოფილა მირაში, ბრავო ბიჭო.
I think it was almost good.
ნუ, ეხა ყველაზე მეტი პროცენტულობა მან დააქვს მოგების და წარმოიდგინე სხვაგან რა ყლეები არიან.
You need to step the fuck up, you know? And I think that was maybe the best thing that could have happened, you know? And in the end, it's only a best of 1, and you have to win 3 games no matter what. So I think it didn't like do that much to us.
I just wanted to ask as well, that round near the end, I'm not sure what the score was, where you had the B read with 3 of you there, so a bit of hobby open maybe going on, as Isaac would say. What kind of were you feeling then after that round? Because that's sort of when the game feels like it's won, you have all the information, the rotations were really good.
უყუროთ GamerLegion-ი BoomBoom Team.
What were you kind of saying to the guys after that?
Technobooms უყუროთ?
It's fine, like we played good, but
we
just fucked up there.
We
gave them a bit too much space, like almost leaving the whole map for them, and then like I just
Ventusas donatsia ნახეო.
It's just if you don't kill them, you lose. So it's just simple as
Gushin
that. So
rao
it didn't
default
really bother us,
areo.
actually. We kind of reset it insta.
These guys were pretty hard.
You see, when you're drinking water like this, it's called asana. It's because I don't have any cup.
Sinersis მეტობა. რა სინერსი რა ჩემი. მეტობა რას ნიშნავს, რომ მეტგოლს გაიტანს? მეტობა რას ნიშნავს? 2.5-ზე მეტი ის რო იქნება თამაში? აი ერთი დამიება. მეფებს როდის ირჩევენ ახლა? ხო, ესენი კარგები არიან სხვათა შორის. ესენი შეიძლება გავიდნენ. ეს ხო იცით ვისი გუნდი არის ეს ბერვა? ბერვა არის იმისი რა ქვია რა ქვია დოტას მოთამაშე რო იყო დოტას მოთამაშე რო იყო რა ქვია იმ ჩემისაც რაიმე მგონი მაგის გუნდია ბიძო რაზელენსკი ბიჭო რაზელენსკი შრაუდი. Αφού რა შრაუდი, დენდი. აი, არ ვიცი, კარჩე. აი, ვიცი, რომ ეს ბუმბუმები მოიგებენ რა, მაგრამ აი, არ მინდა რა, აი, ამათ GamerLegion-ს მინდა რომ უგულ შემატკივრო რა. ეს კაიავეპია ძალიან სხვათა შორის. Ну, სნაქსა ვიცით, რეზი ვიცით, ეს ტაუსონი და ეს პიარი არ ვიცი. ეს მეკარეა ძმა? დიდი ხო, ამას უფრო მეტი აქვს რა, GamerLegion-ს. თან ევროპა, ნატო, რუსეთის წინააღმდეგ გარდა ეხა. რუსეთზე რანაირად დავდებ ნატოზე, ხო, იასნია. რეზი ყავთ ბიჭო? ხო, რეზი ყავთ, აი. რა ვიცი, ფული თუ ყლეზე გაბია დადე რა. ბიჭო, ნუ ფულზე არ არის, ანუ აქ არის უბრალოდ პრინციპებზე რა, ხო ხდები რა. პრინციპის საკითხია რა. აი, რა ბაფები შეიძლება დაბანონ, ხო, ბანი დაადონ. ერთი ზამბება დაწყმარდი. ნუ დასტი 100%-იანი პირველივე ბანს დაადებენ GamerLegion DAS. BetBoom-ი და BoomBoom-ი დაადებს უეჭველი Inferno-ს. ანუ ბისიც რა ყლები არიან. Ancient-ი და Inferno-ს დაადებენ და ესენი დასტი ანუ ბისტი ალბათ. Overpass-ი არ ამგონია რომელიმე დაფიქოს. მირაჟი თამაშებენ და ნუკეს რა. მირაჟი ნუკე და მესამე decider-ი იქნება appreciated but I don't know really. I have to choose maybe So I don't know. ნუკი და ენშენტი იქნება. ნუკი იქნება. ბაზმდასი ინფერნო. არ გამოჩნდეს ახლა ეს თორე ეგრევე ყლეობა არის. და ხო არ ჩანს ეგრაზე. კარჩე, პირველ მაპზე დავდოთ რა, მარტო პირველ მაპს უყუროთ რა და პირველი მაპი, აუ არა, პირველი მაპი უნდა ვნახო რა იქნება, ესე ვერ დავდებო. ხო, დაიწყოს პირველი მეფი რა იქნება და მაგის მიხედვით რა. აჭარა არ რა? აველოდოთ აბა 1-10 წუთი. ეს სერიეს ბოზმა რომ მოატყუა. და პუტანკას იძახებდა და შეუყვარდა ამ გამოყლევებულს. ესკორტს იძახებდა ბიჭი და შეუყვარდა ძმა, ესეთი ყლეობა არ მინახავს ამენებში თამაში როგორ უნდა მოიგოს ამი ყლეას უფთას. ესკორტს იძახებდა სახლში და შეუყვარდა და ცოლად მოიყვანა. ყლე აბა რა არის? სოსო რა გინდა ძმა? არ ვარ. მომცემ ბალანსი და შევა. რა? გაგა შეიძლება ჩემი გუნდი შევცვალო არა. ვერაფერს ვერ შეცვლი. შენ თქვი არგენტინაო და იქნება არგენტინა.
Here with Rez, GamerLegion won 1 out of 4 pistols
Opa.
yesterday. Let's talk a little bit about that, Rez. I know I said it would be a little bit harder of an interview, so let's talk a little about yesterday. Yeah. I mean, the best ones is always harder, I think, when you don't get the pistols, and that's something we've been
Rezi, ნახე რა მოიხოდა ბიჭო.
And we had the really good stats before this.
აუ რაით გაიში მინდა ეს რეზი უეჭველი რა.
Take them all today.
წარმოიდგინეთ. მიტოვებულ სახში რო არის და რაღაც ჩიტების რო ეშინია და რა კაი არ გამოვა ვიდეო რა.
We took a timeout and you said we had to be more aggressive and show some balls, and that's what we did. And sometimes that's exactly what it takes. You've seen a lot of CS since the CG Epsilon days. What is it about this GamerLegion lineup that's got you?
ყვიავში ვნახე გუშინ ეს ბიჭი. იყო ხო ვიდეოში იყო გუში.
I mean, I think I have a great group of guys next to me with a lot of
აგე ის ორი ტრედი დაუხატავს ხელზე. ხო, ხელზე ტატუე მაგპონჩი ტყუიავის სახლის მერე დაიხატა ეგ. ეკლესიაშიც იყო, მერე ხო უთხრეს რომ სახში არ დაბრუნდეთო ეკლესიაში. ეს ჩიტები სახში რაც დაფრინავდნენ ხელზე დაიხატა.
Anything you want to say on your own behalf for GamerLegion before we get this one going?
No, I mean, it's a good start in the major, 2-0. That's what we wanted and expected, I think. Now we just want to finish it off. We are 3-0.
Thank you so much, Rez.
Thank you.
კაი, რა მაპს ირჩევი, ხაი გითხრა.
I'm here with Zorte before their matchup against GamerLegion on the other side. How you doing today, Zorte? How you feel?
Today I feel good actually.
ჩემი გარ ტიპს ყველა ეროვნების დამახასიათებელი რაღაც ნიშნები აქვს. თვალები აზიური აქვს, თმა ებრაული, ულვაშები კავკასიური, სახის მოყვანილობა ევროპული. რა ხდება ძმა? ნაზავია რამე? ეს დოსტოევსკი ვიჭი.
I don't know, it's actually a strange run. For some reason we pretended to be like not the best, but
Soplio მოქალაქეა წოჩი.
Did a great job in last tournaments.
მეგონი სადღაც გულაობდა ეხლა მამამისი.
4 months ago I just chilling at home and I didn't think that I able to get a manager.
I didn't think.
I'm really happy with it.
So how does that system work for BetBoom currently? And what did you guys learn
უბნის
from the Atlanta
პროექტია.
System of like standings. So
გერმანულ კავკასიური ნაგაზი.
all the same stuff, you just like need to
გერმანულ კავკასიური ნაგაზი.
and for this event, I think it's the most hard because like.
არა, ამას კლეური ცხურია, გასიებული ცხურია, მე ეგეთ.
And that's it. And we have to.
გერმანულ
for the game, and we don't have like a chill time after.
ვიყვირის ბიჭო, ხო არ გამოყლევდა.
Basically all the time on the PCs, and yeah, is this.
იქ თამაში აქვს ბიჭო.
Kind of hard, but it's not like something special. Inside the game, you do some like rounds if like every unit inside the server does a great job, and after that we just have a good.
ბიჭო, ესე უნდა დავიტოვო ულვაში და რას ფიქრობ?
You've never played in Cologne before. You've got a good chance of moving on in this stage. Is that correct?
Yes, last time I moved in Cologne with Magnages.
მე მგონი მიშას რო ბანაკები ქონდა, ხო იცით, აი მან და არის გაკეთებული ეს ბიჭი. რა კაკას მაგასაკის არის რა.
Anything you want to say before we start this matchup?
Good luck.
Good luck. Thank you, Zorte.
თოთიას ინგლისი.
The Intel Extreme Masters Cologne Major 2026.
აი მეფი რა გაფიქეთ ეხლა, მეფი რა.
Intel.
აი აქ იწერება ხოლმე GamerLegion. I'm confirmed it should be
DHL.
No. აი, მოიცადე. GamerLegion decides ცოტა team-ები. BetBoom დაადო Inferno-ს Gamer-მა დას. ნუკე აირჩია BetBoom-მა. Gamer-მა Ancient-ი აირჩია და Anubis-ი Overpass-ი ბანი და Decider-ი არის Mirage. So, მე ვიცი, თქვენ არ იცით, იმიტომ რომ მე Discord-ში ვარ. მე ვარ Discord-ში. სადაც იწერება ყველაფერი.
Finished with the best of one, and we're heading into the best of 3 series, which also means that we now have 2 teams in contention to be the first to progress into stage 2. I'm joined by a major brain and a major champion in Peter.
ანუ პირველი აქაც დაიწერა უკვე.
I think it's interesting now that we move into the best of 3s where we're going to be expecting a little bit more of the teams and the whole randomness. You know, a lot of people don't seem to be liking best of 1s too much because the
კარჩი გეტყვით ახლა როგორ არის.
and I even think the players are excited.
პირველი მაფი არის Inferno Das ბანიადებს, პირველი მაფი არის ნუკე, მერე არის Ancient-ი და Decider-ი არის Mirage. ნუკე Ancient. ნუკე Ancient. ნახოთ აბა როგორ თამაშობენ ნუკე Ancient. ნუკე დაძაბული იქნება Ancient-ი.
Listen, it's nice that we all agree that
მე მგონი რა, GamerLegion გამოწყნავს არა.
GamerLegion taking on BetBoom. Obviously, the winner will progress into stage 2. Loser still remains in stage 1 and have a very good shot at still qualifying. But specifically for this matchup, it's a game that we've seen before, you know, roughly a month ago, where it went the way of BetBoom quite handily. It was a blowout, to be completely honest. GamerLegion could do nothing against BetBoom. Did any of you guys take any note of that?
I was taking a note of that because I was interviewing that game as well. And honestly, I think I spoke with Snacks talking about their inability to just be, you know, a unit as a cohesion. And and it was visibly not the GamerLegion that we were seeing until that point, and then after that point as well. Very much this major is showing that some teams came prepared top notch, and this is GamerLegion that we kind of know, and they're pretty much S tier to what they were at that
pretty
event.
much,
I guess
but
the caveat
bro,
to that,
what
Peter,
is
that it was also a different lineup that BetBoom play with. They're coming into this tournament with a stand-in situation. Flammers, Dilladis, no Siren as well. You know, in terms of re-preparing, you know, and if you're GamerLegion, you have this experience where you got blown out of the server. Now you have to prepare for a team that is essentially coming in with a stand-in. Can you even use that result for anything as a player? Like, would you put stock into it, or is it just one of those where forget about it, this is a new game?
Yeah, I mean, of course, it's about forgetting the fact that it's a new game. It's also about, you know, the preparation into this tournament. I think that despite yesterday looking at GamerLegion and even Rest saying they didn't play that well, Hypex said it was a 6 out of 10 game. I still think GamerLegion has what it takes to beat BetBoom. It's not like
ყვიავის სახში სარკერო იყო იქიდან ჩანს გაგადამალე. ნუ იხედები თევდორ ძმა მაგ სარკეში. უბედურება იცის.
Obviously this one matters to get more days off.
აროჩე რა, მაინც ჩაიხედეთ ხო მაგ სარკეში ძმა. წადით ეკლესიაში, სახლებში ისე არ დაბრუნდეთ ბიჭებო. მოდი აქ ადაგეტყვით, მოდი. აქ აგეტყვი, მოდი ბიჭო.
Players and having to be used to playing with a stand so many times. So BetBoom is an interesting team, but I gotta give it to GamerLegion. I think GamerLegion is still also, in terms of the ranking, the best team that we have right here. So this is also an important game for gaming to keep up and pick up the pace to go into stage 2.
As you can see by the results, BetBoom didn't really break a sweat yesterday. Two relatively close, relatively clear victories, whereas for GamerLegion, they really had to fight for it. I know, Martin, you picked out a round from yesterday's game, GamerLegion versus FlyChris, round 22, something that we have to look out for here?
Yeah, I think this is perfect example why GamerLegion, in my opinion, deserves to be in stage 2. It's the fact that here, for example, are fumbling a little bit of a top banana retake where that smoke just missed, I believe, and it's supposed to be on the top wall. Snax immediately sees this gap and he just walks by, and as soon as this all happens, Ins cancel the take because they're, seeing the failed smoke. Snax immediately takes on the initiative, going in, and look at the score. 10-11. This is high pressure round. This is almost what makes them clearly win the whole game, and this is something that inexperienced teams aren't going to be really afraid of doing, but not GamerLegion.
Guys, it's Artsoniya CS-ის მოთამაშეს როგორ მოქმედებს რუსული ტუტანკები, ხო ზოგი სტარი ხდება რაღაცა და მე ეგ ბიჭები იქ დავი დაწერე ყველაფერი რა. ნახეთ და დაგეტოვებინა მეც რომ ეს რატო არ გამოდის ეს აი გაიჩნდა. ოპა პირველი ორი აქვს. პირველ მაპზე აქვს, მეორეზე გინდა გითხრათ რამდენი აქვს Ancient-ში? Ancient-ში გინდა გითხრათ GamerLegion-ს რამდენი აქვს? 1.78. მეორე მაპზე გოიმები არ არიან? აი როგორი ჯიბეში უდევს, იცი? მეორე მაპი GamerLegion-ს უეჭველი. Mara, I პირველი ნუკე.
You got over the limb, over the hump, right? And now you're in a favorable situation, and you put yourself there, and it doesn't really matter too much how you got there. The thing is, it's about them also getting better and moving into the tournament, playing themselves in. They have some young guys that need to get used to the whole idea of playing at a major as well. So it's obviously a team that will pick up the pace, but it's obviously a team that will do better than they did yesterday, especially if they move into stage 2.
See, both teams played yesterday twice. Inferno was played by GamerLegion twice. Dust 2 was played by BetBoom twice. Now we get Mirage, Martin. This video is Mirage is our third deciding map. We get Nuke and Ancient as the first two. Not playing.
ხო და ეხლა ნახე პირველ მაპს რო წააგებენ მე და ლაივზე აიწევ. ეხლა ნახე რა ვქნათ. ეხლა დავდოთ ჩვენ 100. პროსტა 100 დავდოთ GamerLegion-ზე. თუ წააგეს მეორე მაპი უფრო დიდი ექნება GamerLegion-ს კოეფიციენტი. შესაბამისად 200 მე დავდოთ GamerLegion-ზე. რას ფიქრობთ? ერთი 2 და 3-მდე ექნება, 2 და 4-მდე სადღაც. 2-1 და კვარას ასისტი. ამ კვარას ასისტით აშენდით ხო ქართველები წელს.
Nuke, Ancient, and should we need it, Mirage. So far have looked great. Two teams who are 2-0 and two teams who will be fighting for a spot to progress into stage 2. Instead of us talking, I think it's about time that we get this game started to see who will be the first team to progress into stage 2.
არა, არ გაუკეთებიათ, მაგრამ მთელი წლის განმავლობაში რა.
Yes, indeed, Pimp. It is time to decide who is heading to stage 2. GamerLegion, BetBoom. I would say it's not surprising to see them in this spot, but for BetBoom,
დაეწია თო. აეწია. წააგეს პისტოლ რაუნდი? კაი, 2 და 1-ია.
Now they find themselves here, but absolutely GamerLegion should be taking this chance to go 3-0.
Certainly the advantage in terms of GamerLegion in terms of plan is going to be in their favor.
ჩემი კარგი მოვთხარ. არ გამოჩენილა ხო?
We got Rez already here with a USP. He's just going to be playing in front of that squeaky door. His two teammates lying way in the side, trying to draw attention away from him.
ვახ, ჩემი კარგი მოვთხან. აუ, ძალიან საშიშია, ბიჭო, ესე დადებაც, მა. აუ, პისტოლი წააგეს უეჭველი.
Will do exactly that. So brawling their way forward here, BetBoom, but yet to get closer to the bomb plant.
Waiting for the next play as well. Then OPR's up in heaven. They haven't really seen Snax yet, who's been biding his time over towards Mini. And you can tell Zorte and Magnajez, they're still just like, we want to find out where he is before we commit to anything at all. There's the peak. There's the information. And there's the kill. Now you just leave PR. 13 HP in a 1v2.
Trying to get over the top. He's just the low HP
და 2 და 1-ზე დავდებ.
Really be winning this now as Magnajez transitions just below him while he's distracted. And that's going to be Magnajez winning out the pistol, closing it for BetBoom. And a really important round picked up, the T-side pistol on Nuke.
Let's go. Arauşავს. Pistoli არაფერი არა. Tantიდან არაფერი არა, ვაფშე არაფერი. ტიდან ისინი არიან.
13-5 on Mirage, 13-8 on Anubis. That was also with the stand-in. Flamus was playing for him, but he was playing for Dilladez. Siren was in the lineup, so it's just one of the various BetBoom pug lineups.
კაი, ეს ბოზის შეყვარებული მოტყანით.
One of the Flamus rounds.
Yeah, one of the Flamus lineups.
Yeah.
One of them.
He's always that.
აი ძალიან კაი ავებია, ძალიან კაი სნაიპერი არის. აბა ყლესავით არ
It's going to be fun to watch
მოხდება.
him follow up after Atlanta. I think Atlanta was a performance out of him that had a lot of people saying, okay, here we go. Now we're seeing some of the...
სოსო რეებს ყვიდი ძმა რა რუსე. რას ყვიდი ძმა?
Yes, he might pick a different phrase. Maybe not.
Some of the hype X factor.
But yeah, now we get to see if he can follow it up. Now we can see if that was legit. If there's going to be a follow up, some consistency to that play.
Opening game was good. He really showed up in that. So good to see it from Hypex. And just making their way into the lower bomb site now. BetBoom, they're
I think
clearing out the double doors.
What's nice about BetBoom with the stand-in situation has been, you know, you're right that it casts some doubts with them coming in the stand-in with Flamus stepping in. But at the same time, it's like the death set. I think it was sticking.
არაუშავს ეს сейфად ითამაშეთ კარგია ის სტაკი გაუკეთეს ისე ნუ გააგემბლინგეს რა ეს რაუნდი არაუშავს არაფერი არ არის შეუძლიათ ჩვეულებრივად არა პირველ თამაშზე დიდად არ დავიგზაბები იმიტომ რომ ეს ისე დავდე ცლოხკიმ პარ
Obviously had a couple of events with them now as well, playing different players' positions, but
მოთამაშეების ლეგიონი ჩატში გასპამეთ ხალხო მოთამაშეების ლეგიონი
apart from VP.
Yeah.
What are they doing over there? What are they up to?
Not much.
Not much.
როგორ
2-0. But because it was a very just chill round, all the weapons invested into round 2 for GamerLegion are right back into the action. Nobody falls on either team. Pacifist round that we get to see in Counter-Strike. So we come back into round 3 with the same setup. 2 scouts, MP9, UMP, and a 5-7 on Rez.
Bomba misi bozit. Opa, Hypex, давай, შენია. ეს მოიტყნა უეჭველი. ეს ამას დაძრეული აქვს. ფლეში მიე. გიჟი. ნაშ.
Flamus. He's going to handle PR. It's nice to have the first BO3 of the major underway.
Boom.
You're going to see a lot of them as well. Obviously, the big news, stage 3, all best of 3s. A nice change up for that most intense of the stages we'll get before the playoffs begin. BetBoom moving slowly outside. Rez wrapping around.
Razekcerdi,
might have heard some footsteps. Mac 10 from Flamus doing great damage. He's got low HP, but it was 2 scouts in ramp room that he was bullying the whole time. Eventually, Talson picks him off, but BetBoom now know the image on the map. Easy plants, easy third round.
Yeah, this is exactly the kind of start you want on Nuke on your map.
Streams morchები ვითამაშოთ
Pointing the pistol, converting.
I think you'd that's not the biggest deal like losing the scouts. You could keep the UMP. You're not going to care if one of the scouts gets taken down. Talson now showing his position.
არაუშავს ბიჭო 300 რომ წიყოს ბეჟო გუშინ ჩვენ ამოვიღეთ ეს უკვე ძმა ამოვიღეთ
Anything other than this, he's getting flanked at heaven. You know, you've got one player in carriage.
Aris bankshia Deus 500.
Next peek is up from Secret Stairs. It snacks this. Went out to do a little bit of extra damage, and everybody will go down for GamerLegion. There is Barnes coming up next. We've got BetBoom here with a very strong start and a lot of money built up. Zorte could even get the AWP out if he desires, and he will. So purchases into that straight away, then sells it back for an AK.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised to see him pick up the AWP right out of the gate for T-side Nuke. I thought he'd stick with a rifle a little bit longer.
Oh, Boomish, if I'm reading this correctly, has
3 armor.
3 armor.
Yeah, he's playing a dangerous game, isn't he?
All right, Boomich. Kind of tells you how...
I'd never let my armor get that low. I'd panic when it's at like 40.
Get armor down to 3.
You managed to chunk Rez down to 50 with the PC utility. This time, the flashbang is eaten straight in the eyes of Zorte. Flamus was able to find a timing last round to step behind the wall. Zorze doesn't have that same piece of information. Bet he wishes he bought that op.
High pass. Line and wait. Op in hand. And he is going to drop away just as they arrive.
It's the timing because of the smoke wall. Magnus crossed quietly. They don't have the information.
Coming back up to deal with it. It works out regardless. Dillade's dead. Missed shot from Hypex. Needs to get away. Now PR was towards hell, but he's been mollied, and Hypex's back was exposed. Oh yeah, that's a big flick. Hypex to the head of Boomage. Finally
ესენი რატო არიან ჩემები? ამაზე დადა შენები არიანო მეუბნება. ამაზე დადა შენები არიან. ეს ვინა რა ქვია ამ გუნდს? ამ გუნდს რა ქვია? რატო მომწერეს ამაზე დადა შენები არიანო?
All the steps charging down towards Flamus. AK-47 primed and ready in search of headshots. Utility deployed from GamerLegion. Moving closer. The rattle of the Galil, but it's about the AK. And Flamus has finally got his moment to strike. And strike he shall onto two. Can he deny the defuse? All the way, Magnetraz gets it. Snacks dead, no defusal, and BetBoom have pulled it off despite being down on 2 players.
Everyone goes down. What a hold. Good job from Flamus. And that's less BetBoom winning the 2 versus 4, but GamerLegion played that so slow. They had the 1 kit on Snacks. Towson knew coming down vents was a risk, but he played that dangerous game. He was stalled out, and coming into this retake, he had absolutely no impact because of the pacing that GamerLegion took. Lovely work from Flamus and Magnajez. That's going to fire up the team when you see 2 of your guys work together like that to win a disadvantaged situation. Makes you feel like everything's all good.
ვიდეოს ელოდე გემბლინგს რო აპიარებ თვალები რო დახუჭო და ბავშვმა მოგისმინოს ფოტოია პირდაპირ.
Absolutely, because it now puts him in a position where you invested.
მაგინაცო, ჩემ კლეს ვაპიარებ მე, შენ მიგეკითხება. აი, ყველა კაზინოს ვაპიარებ საერთოდ. სოფლიოში ყველა კაზინო ძალიან მაგარია.
Get a couple of decent weapons out, but
რას ვაპიარებ? რა გინდაც მა, შენ ნორმალური საწაიკითხე რომ რამე კაზინოს ვაპიარებ. საწაიკითხე, რა სახელი წაიკითხე. მოუწყა დედის მუტელი და შემქმნელი სულ ყველა კაზინოს.
Just a timing shot, but it looked funny. Spots one up on Silo. That's Boomich. He's not giving him another look, so Snacks just kind of standing here waiting. PR over in secret stairs.
უნცქვია რაღაცა ყლეობა სახელი კაზინოს და ჩემი რა ბრალია.
Oh, PR waits. 5-7 in hand.
ამათ კიდე მოუწყდეს თავპირი და წავაგე კიდე. რა გინდა ძმა?
Advantage BetBoom.
Still looking for Snacks. Still not committed, BetBoom. Happy to just kind of stand and take these fights. They know it's weaker weapons. They haven't put themselves in any crazy disadvantage, just waiting for the right moment to swing into the fight. Boomich falls behind single. That's an AK recovered, but not for very long. Good trade from Diladez.
ამათმა დაარიციან სიტენა თამაშია აქ თუ რა ხდება
get control of the outer yard.
Magnajez. I'm going to back off now towards the top of the stairway. You've got Towson lying away to CT Ven. Now Flamus just rips his head right off his shoulders, and the plank comes in here for BetBoom. That's going to be 5 in a row collected quite easily. And we were wondering, you know, is it just us two? But nope, they're looking just as strong here on Nuke.
That's the thing, like the stand-in situation is one thing. I think in this stage, like you can still overcome these teams. GamerLegion isn't some unbeatable force, right? Like even though if you kind of think with the stand-in they'll have the advantage in terms of situations, like there's still really strong players on the BetBoom side, and it's not like Flamus is some kind of like throwaway stand-in situation. A lot of potential, a lot of skill, a lot of talent.
In fact, you might want him for the roster if you can get him.
Yeah, at this point, if he's filling in for everyone and still doing an admirable job, just keep him. Keep him around. Round 6 begins. Off in the hands of Hypex.
Ancient da Mirage.
Aggressive towards red box behind the smoke.
Good kill from Hypex. Magnaja is going to be taken away. Flammer's trying to get down the vent. Is caught by Talson, and here they come, charging in. 3 players of BetBoom trying to overrun this ramp defense. Now PR is dead. Snack's taking heavy utility damage, and that is going to force him to fall back. But BetBoom also falling back, this time into the lobby.
Well, they know those kills came out, and they know that there's an extra. GamerLegion has so much more time to get to that lower bomb site, so now going to try and exploit that fact as they rotate. Smoke still up over in Squeak Door, and Reza is going to replenish it.
Up they go, Rez. Oh, he's fallen. Look how quickly BetBoom are able to turn these disadvantageous situations back to equilibrium. Now the plant is going to be going down. Diladez committing to it. And Boomich is looking out towards the HUD, flicking back towards heaven. And now his eyes only trained on Talson. And they now spot him. Grenade, that should kill Boomich. He actually steps forward, so he's going to survive. And then Zorte peeks out with a headshot. And again, this is a round where GamerLegion had all the advantages in the world, but they've conceded it to BetBoom.
Yeah, I mean, that's a lovely call from Boomich and BetBoom. I love that. Like, you're pressuring over towards ramp room, you've lost 2 players. You showed every sign that you were outside, player trying to drop vents, 3 towards ramp room. So you understand the defense is going to shift to rotate downstairs. That's the idea that they're working with. But going right back to the upper bomb site just exploits that. Just a really lovely call that put GamerLegion out of position and also separated. 3 players trying to retake the upper bomb site.
არაუშავს უფრო ყლებად გამოაჩინონ თავი ამათმა და მე რენშენში მოუგებენ და უფრო დიდი
გოლები. Nightmare of a CT side so far, down 0-6. A 2 versus 4 loss, or I should say a 4-on-2 loss for GamerLegion. Now a 4-on-3 loss for GamerLegion.
Utility going in, and here come BetBoom charging in quicker towards the A site this time. It's Diladez, Boomich, and Sorte with the first 3 kills. PR doing what he can. He's done quite a bit. He gets 2 from Rafters. Hypex getting aggressive, has to clutch up. They know exactly where he's coming from, but will they expect him to be so rapidly through the doorway? It doesn't matter because his back is turned to Sorte, who just patiently waits, and Hypex will topple as he moves out desperately into the site. 7 in a row from BetBoom.
That's such a statement round from BetBoom as well. Like whenever you like switch up and call those like upper bust uppercuts when you have a lead like this, that's just you saying we're just far ahead of you. That's the statement of just being like we're just so much better at the moment that we don't even care. We'll come right into this upper bomb set that we know you're going to have utility specifically to stop the rush, but we'll make it through. GamerLegion still yet to find any resistance on this first map of the series.
There's Flammus. Oh, it just gets worse, doesn't it, here for GamerLegion. A great start to the run from Flammus.
But it's nothing crazy. Like, this what's kind of cool about this. It's like, it's just basic understanding of the situation. Just kind of upper rush and knocked them out. You know they're going to be frustrated. You know now they're low on money. So you wait for that lobby crunch, that push. You just wait for the eventuality, the chance that it happens.
Yeah, the decisiveness as well from BetBoom when they decide to do something. It just seems like they're moving as one organism, and it's great to see that from BetBoom.
Well, it's kind of scary when you think that's kind of the area where we say GamerLegion should have the advantage. Is looking more like BetBoom at the moment is looking like a real complete team.
Trouncing GamerLegion at the moment.
I know.
Like your life is just becoming so much easier.
It's 8 off the rip.
Yeah.
They haven't even had to get challenged yet.
არა ეს სპეციალურად იყო ბიჭო ეს სპეციალურად
არის
ეს სპეციალურად
they just lose 5v3s and 5v2s. It's crazy. This is just beautiful stuff from BetBoom. And they've got so much money as well, so down the line for the rest of the half, even if GamerLegion start winning a few rounds, BetBoom will still have full buys.
I mean, the economy for BetBoom is fine for the rest of the half. They shouldn't have any more issues buying. Shouldn't be too many scenarios where someone is missing a piece of equipment. Second timeout taken from GamerLegion. So, pretty important conversation going down on that side of the stage. As they talk over how to get started on the CT half. What exactly are they getting wrecked by? Because the answer is kind of everything. I think this is where you almost have to still work up that motivation to make plays like Hypex did a few rounds back with that aggressive stance towards outside. I feel like being disruptive is going to be important because BetBoom, when they've been able to control and work the map, they've had their way with you. The new timeout button brought in for Cologne. I kind of like it.
Timeout is good.
Stiko's tweet about the fact that the coaches were kind of using it as a tactic, like seeing when the other one was standing up.
All right, he's back to it.
I don't want to press it, Jason. I want to press the button.
Hey, when the show's done, we'll head over there. Three players outside early, Rez, Snacks, and Hypex. So really wanting to put some emphasis on grabbing an advantage outside early on.
Magnajaz, here he is. Ooh, sound cue, smoke hit the boot. Magnajaz in the midst of the smokes. PR getting one on the hold. Snacks his first kill. It's going to be traded though. 3v3.
Okay, but 3v3 with two players low. Surely you can't.
Backed away.
Bomb is downstairs. That's going to get planted at the silo. Zorte's got an angle with the op deep.
I don't know. GamerLegion have lost more favorite rounds, haven't they? They've lost 5v2s, 5v3s against them, and now this one is going against them as well. And it goes against them cleanly. Three players stay up in the 3v3, and a 9-0 lead.
How is it happening time and time again? BetBoom playing some nasty Counter-Strike right now. I want to see how Snacks found Magnajaz. Did he see him coming through the smoke on the other side? Did he just
ლეგალური შანსი მიეცა რეზიდენტმა ყლეაო წერს შეხედე რეზიმ გატროლა რეზი მაგარი ყლეა.
But in the 3v3 everyone on BetBoom gets one.
ხო ვიცი ახლა ვისაც გულის ხმობენ რა.
We have it. I don't want to say it yet. I'm not going to say it.
I know what you're trying to say.
I'm not going to say it yet.
You're not allowed to say that.
Hold it in.
I think you all at home know what he's trying to say as well.
ხუთი ვასკარო შეკრა, ეგეც გუნდზე გვიდევს.
We don't say that here.
Not yet.
Grenade towards Magnajaz. Boom. Makes it across, of course.
Yeah, that's actually terrifying. They've already expecting somebody's crossing because they've sent PR down low. He's going to be in secret. Just get to the stairs right now. Rest of BetBoom is following it up so quietly. The only benefit right now for GamerLegion is with the position of Rez that you see in the pip there, he's saying lobby's clear, nobody's home.
Well, there's a good start, at least from PR.
კარგი ხარ PR?
Just gonna close those double doors.
ახალი სახელი დაიწყო. პური. შიხوارა.
BetBoom having to play a 4v5.
200 ჯერ როგორ დაიწერა? ერთი შეიძლება?
Player numbers hasn't really been an issue so far for BetBoom.
Okay, little utility outside to throw a fake as if they're coming back up from secret at the moment, but they want to challenge PR. Good damage onto Boomich. Molotov is in as well, and he gets away. Okay, GamerLegion. Now you know what's coming. You've got plenty of players here. Oh, dear.
Oh, dear, indeed. Hypex has missed, and that is going to force him to fall back with the Molotov coming in. And BetBoom have now taken over the B bomb site. Plant is in. Boomich has got the scope out. Boomich does not connect the shot.
There's no more utility, though, for BetBoom. They can't block anything off.
Sorte just waiting in behind double doors. You've got to get a move on if you're GamerLegion and you're walking into the sharp crosshairs of Flammers and Dilladez. Razor sharp as they take off heads. Hypex starts to fall away and fall back, conceding yet another round to BetBoom. It's 10 in a row from BetBoom in this 2-0 game.
How does it keep happening? No matter the situation, no matter a player advantage, no matter positional advantage, they cannot close a round out. Snacks is going to get one at the end, down the stretch. Might lose his AK-47 for it.
Stays up and runs away. Doesn't matter, really.
Yeah, you might as well burn all three. You need something.
This is the game, essentially. So, well, you can't save them for a second half.
It feels like at the moment you're not even really competing for the map. You're competing to just not get embarrassed with 0 rounds. Like, that's it. That's the goal right now for GamerLegion, is just get one. What a wild turn of events coming into this. Both these teams, I think, contenders. We talked about it a little bit. Contenders coming into stage 1 as the 3-0 teams. I think a lot of confidence shaken in BetBoom, with Flammus coming in to step in. but they've not missed a beat. And now against the other top dog of this stage, just embarrassing them inside the server.
ეს ფლამუსა თუ ვიღაცა რას ისვრის, ჩემი კარგი
Round
მოხდა.
11. Is there going to be anything different? Is anything going to change? GamerLegion just knocked out of their mentality entirely.
რუსია ხო?
That's a good start. At least again, an opening kill for GamerLegion. There's been
Does it matter?
A few of those, but yeah, it hasn't mattered at all.
I mean, they've had 5 opening kills, GamerLegion, in this half of play so far. Just converting 0 of them. Surely now, this kill came in so early and so far away. BetBoom's not able to kind of use any map control they gained to kind of leverage to find a way to equalize. They've kind of just got to do it from the starting position, 4 versus 5.
არა მეფსე გუშინ რეზისტრებზე პასტა ფურცელი არ გაუგდია ვინც დიდი ნახვევი უთხრა ყველას არეპორტებ
Oh, Snacks patient in hut. No one from BetBoom stepping up.
სამით ნოს მოუგებენ
I mean, BetBoom's hoping for a mistake of some kind, and that's what GamerLegion is saying right now. Nobody push. We don't need to do anything. Nobody make the mistake. It gives up a kill. Utility into the upper palm site top hut. Hut's going to get smoked off, but that's all good for BetBoom because they're coming out squeak door.
Well, charging into it. Can BetBoom do it again? Can they convert a 4v5 into their favor for the 11th round win? We've got Flamus and Boomich coming in again. Advantage all of a sudden for BetBoom. 10 seconds on the clock. Ball play coming in. Hypex can't go over. He can't make the play to try and deny it. And so GamerLegion,
they can't get back into this.
They literally have one.
Your op has to be the aggressor, and one player has to come up vents.
One flash over the top of heaven, which is not played with.
This round's done.
They don't go with it. And yeah, there's no way to win it. They're actually calling the safe call. They're falling away.
This is wild.
4v5 from BetBoom, and they just walk into the site.
Have you ever seen anything like it? This is a crazy.
This is a weird game of Counter-Strike, isn't it? You barely ever see this, if ever.
ბიჭო, იმიტომ დავდე რომ ანუ ვიტალიტისთანაც კარგად
ითამაშეს. Like they're getting themselves advantages.
ძალიან მაგრა ითამაშეს ვიტალიტისთანაც. აი ხა აქ ამებში რა მოუვიდათ არ ვიცი.
And what he misses like 10 bullets into the
აზე ხარ თურმე ჩვენ რო ვიტილტებით რომ 13-ით 23-ით 3-ს რო ვაგებთ და აქ შეხედე თურმე რა ანგარიშები რჩება პროლიგაზეც, პროსცენაზე. შეიძლება ჩვეულებრივად არ წავიდეს თამაში. მოჟნა ესე იგი.
All right, surely this is the one.
It feels like you look at the mini map and you're like, I swear, like 8 out of 10 times this is a win, you know? Like,
yeah. And somehow, some way, they go out and they get the job done. BetBoom.
რატიდან მოიხოდებიან ძმა 12-0-ია, всё.
There's another opening kill for GamerLegion.
Okay.
It's just insane, isn't it?
Cool.
So how are BetBoom going to win this 4v5?
Oh, he's darbis prosta. Qaleze qidია.
You've got Snacks pushed up outside. It's looking good here. Surely this is
გადატენე,
the one,
გადატენე,
Jason.
გასტრო.
2v5.
იარაღი აიღე, კარგი ხარ.
There's never even a thought of a GamerLegion round loss here whatsoever. Zorte and Magnajez not going to pull this off. And there you go. There's the one round.
I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting.
I'm
not saying anything. He's going to get one here.
There's step one.
ეს რა მომენტში
The
შევიდა?
open.
შიქხო
Molotov to
არა.
hold back anyone come in heaven. So Zorte is going to get access in.
No. There's Snacks on the back. He's been waiting long enough. And there we go. A single round for GamerLegion. They avoid being the 13-0 here at the Major. But my God, BetBoom, 11-1 in the lead.
Very აუყოლეს.
ეს რა სიმღერებს თავში ხოლმე. აბა ეის რა მოუვიდა შეხედე აუცაით ვაფშე არ თამაშობდნენ შეხედე ეიზე რა ხდება ოღურე ეხა აუცაიდი დაყარეს პირველი 30 წამი რაუნდის Quando gente playlist.
პირველამ დაადონატა 2 ლარი. ახალი პოდკასტის მასალა გაიჩიტა.
დღეს ხალი რომ მილიარდერის იახტაზე მოხდეს, ამისთვის მარტო რა არის საჭირო? აბა. ვიზუალი.
და რატომ იახტაზე
ხო.
ქალების უმეტესობა დღეს კი ბატონო, საქართველოსთან
ქალების უფლებებს
ეს არის განათლების
ქალები გიგებენ უფრო მაგარი
ეს არის განათლების რეალური სახე, შემოწმებასო მეგობრებო.
რა ტიპის
არგუმენტი დღეს ხალი რომ მილიარდერი
heavy advantageous situations, and somehow, some way, BetBoom were always knocking on their door.
There
really is only one thing to say, which is just this less on the pistol rounds. It's
either
real quick or potentially we'll see what GamerLegion can do with it. But the pistol round is the only important one at the moment.
Yeah, if there's a pistol for BetBoom, let's wrap it up and get into the second one. Let's get Ancient up straight away. Well, sprawling all across the map now are GamerLegion, just running outside, scaling through ramp and up towards heaven. Flamus is going to descend down into the lower bomb site, and Snacks is going to be chasing after.
Because of all the different points they rush and were aggressive at, I think BetBoom just kind of has to bail out. They can't rotate anyone over into position to kind of help. Ooh, get away with one of your Magnajets. Another one there as well, and now they're going to start streaming in. Wrapped upon, there's only so long you could survive that.
Oh, well, the bomb is going to be planted for GamerLegion. Second kill coming in as well. And this is a strong start to the pistol and a strong finish as Boomich gets caught in vent. So GamerLegion win the pistol. Players stay up. And they're trying to bring some energy and positive vibes to this because that's all you can do.
Yeah. Everyone's laughing a little bit at the shouting and the hyping up at 2-11. But look, you're also playing for a little bit of pride. You're playing to get yourself into a map so you can have something to feel good about going into map number 2. And this was a dominant pistol round. So take your cheers where you can get them. Second round investment from BetBoom.
Bravo,
CZ's coming back in style.
It is, we're seeing more
of
it.
Not
a huge fan of that.
Yeah, it's like skinny jeans.
Kinda hated that.
You don't want it to come back in style.
Kinda hated those back in the day.
ეს სადაურია ეს ზორტე.
They used to be way better.
ზორტე?
It was unreal.
რუსი.
I don't know. Go back to that word.
Has a certain flair to it, a certain charm. I want to see if Boomich can show us why he's using it.
გაგისთვისო ესე იყო რა. ვა, საო.
Let's see how much fun he can have with it.
Tons. He's got a teammate by him as well.
There we go. Yep,
Oh
that's
my
a
God.
lot, isn't it? I like the CZ.
That's exactly why. That is the perfect reason why. Okay, well.
საინტერესო იყო.
I mean, you know, if you're GamerLegion with 2 players in red, like, you still feel really nervous in this round right now. Like, I know you have the rifles.
როგორი 12-13 HP დატოვა ნახე რა.
This is kind of scary.
ერთი კაცი მოკლა და ორი მორალურად
5
გაანადგურა.
seconds left. The only benefit at the moment is that BetBoom has decided to kind of play the whole map. 2 players downstairs. 2 players in the upper bomb site. Oh my God, that nade. If the top.
There's Raz. Diladez is 5-7. Get a response of it. Flamis round the back, up the ladder. And now the AK out. Hypex low. Tries to commit to the plant and he will lose his life. PR cannot protect him. 4 seconds, no time. Oh my goodness. BetBoom have won a 12th round in this fashion.
Get me out of this game.
Oh,
what's happening?
Up the ladder with a deagle. It's just crazy, isn't it? Hypex has to commit to the plant because the time is so limited, right? So, and then you just see Flamis gets away with it.
Well, it's like this being the play that wins the round essentially because of the HP. They have to take everything so slow after this, and that's what sets them up to eventually get timed out in the round. Yeah, he can't turn to address that. He's just got to hope and pray that PR is going to be able to kill him, and obviously doesn't happen in time. 12-2, 10 chances for BetBoom to close out Nuke.
Well, obviously BetBoom having a great time. Snags walking out. Going for the Deagle headshot as Razi's connected it, but Zorte just responds before it can get out of hand.
ვიღაცა მიეხმარეთ მოკალით ეყლეობა.
And yeah, he does.
Maybe a little bit of ego fighting.
Yeah, well, it's cost him.
That's all good.
Razi
Still in pretty good control. 3-on-4.
აი ეშენში ამაზე როგორ დავდო ეხლა ნუ აღარ მინდა ეს სიტყვები არის ხო აი ავიან რა აზრი აქვს თო
Flamis taking an educated risk saying so many bodies outside nobody's going to come back to lobby I'll just ignore that choke point.
As Flamis Carlson is going to go ahead and get knocked over. Flamis with 3. And just Snacks now. That'll be it. BetBoom will be taking the opening map of this first BO3 at the Major.
In weird fashion.
A very strange fashion, but dominant fashion.
Yeah. Dominantly weird.
Well, Snacks steps up. Last remaining GamerLegion player. A 13-2 win coming in for BetBoom. Unless Snacks, of course, fighting on, finding something. As he drops down onto the side, eventually he will be cut. And it's going to be Flamis. Don't take it.
How mean.
This sums up the game. What the hell was that?
We're having way too much fun.
Way too much fun. Guys, this is a major. This is a 2-0 game. And BetBoom, one map up, one map win away from securing stage 2.
არ ვიცი ძმა, იმენა 4 ლეველების 4 ლეველის ის იყო რა.
I'm not gonna lie, I did not anticipate this at all. I thought we were gonna get a competitive game. I thought we were gonna get 2 teams who were going to show us that they were 2 of the strongest in stage 1. But what I got in this game, Martin, was one team playing exceptionally well and then GamerLegion completely falling flat. Are you as surprised as I am?
I am definitely surprised that GamerLegion just didn't connect. They refused to connect to the server, and it kind of showed in a lot of moments, a lot of WTF moments as well, if I may say so. But it was just all over the place, you know. It was just their the body language itself is just showing that the team came with a little bit of frustration, and the score and whatever happened on the server was just adding up to that.
I think it was funny because we briefly talked about this, because if this would have been back in 18-19 and this would have been a mixed team, but a team was standing strong up, you know, they would probably just been running around trying to find some openings or running through smokes to make some more chaos. But BetBoom, they make make things work by having a lot of the players just, you know, playing with what they have. Like they know a lot of
არა,
utility,
არ
they can
ვაპირებ,
play
კაცო,
off
ამაც
each
და
other.
ესენი ძალიან
Even if
კლეები
they
არიან.
mess up a smoke wall, they can still create chaos that makes
ძალიან
GamerLegion
კლეები
more
არიან
confused.
ესენი.
And that confusion just seems to be working for BetBoom. They seem to be taking every inch they can.
ხო, სტრიმი დავალაიქოთ
whenever they get these
აუცილებლად, ვინც
opportunities,
ეხლა
and
ხართ
on top of that,
შემოსულები,
they just
ახლები ვინც ხართ
play better
აუცილებლად
individually,
სტრიმი
and
გამოიწერეთ,
I guess that's how it
დააჭირეთ
goes.
ქვემოთ მოცემულ ღილაკს,
It's hard to
სადაც
make a
ატერია
case for
subscribe-ი ან
GamerLegion,
გამოწერა,
had
არ
a
ვიცი
chance
რა
in
ენაზე
this
გაქვთ, ან
matchup, right? But
პარტის
one thing
საიტს,
that was
ან
going for them was getting some opening kills in the first half as well. Not
არ
being able
ვცხოვრ
to convert.
ენაზე.
There was a lot of rounds, Martin, that wasn't necessarily too pretty for GamerLegion. You have picked out round 4 that we're diving into it. What exactly did we see in that one?
I mean, this is exactly what I was talking about for GamerLegion before, because they were really good at finding some openings, but they were unable to just convert any of them, unlike in the previous.
4v2, yeah.
Yeah, this is 4v2 already, and this is just the round that you have to close. It's 3-0. You have
არა,
still chance to,
ავტომატურად შეიძლება
you know how the
გაიჩა,
match will go,
მანუალით
right?
არა.
But the retake, they decided to go for a 3-man ramp retake, which is quite common, but at the same time, PR is locked out of the vent rotation because of the smart positioning, and essentially this is Magnus just holding him, and Flamos is just gathering all the information, but now Magnus actually steps in with this great bait. A lot of damage, that is still unconfirmed, but Flamos winning his 1v1 duel. It's not even a duel against Rez. Then perfect flashes coming through the window, and then Magnus just slams through those smokes because they know that they have to get on the bomb and they have to just spam those smokes to kill the diffuser, and that will secure the round. And this is just one instance of many what happened in this game, and everything went flawlessly into the BetBoom's favor.
I don't want to take anything away from BetBoom because I think it was, you know, beautiful team play, especially when you're two guys alive. You use the flashes, you use the bait from Magnus. Peter, on GamerLegion's perspective in a round like this, and in general in that first half, getting as many opening kills as they did without being able to convert, at what point do we look at GamerLegion and be like, that's simply not good enough?
Oh, well, the fact that you get that many openers and you can really convert, that is from the get-go not good enough, because even coming into today, I think they sat at the one with the highest 5v4 conversion. So yesterday they managed to actually do it. This time around they didn't, and maybe, I don't know if it's because they think that BetBoom is playing in a specific way, and they get confused with what is happening, and the fact they might not even be prepared for playing Nuke. I don't know if that's the case as well, because the video seemed a little bit odd to us. I think that GamerLegion just looks a little bit quiet here. They seem to be a little bit off. They don't seem to be connecting too well together, and you just need to have more out of your individual. I think Hypix had a few good moments even in this round. We did see Pia having a bad start to this specific game as well. He had a pretty poor day yesterday as well. So I think that it's, in general, the individuals of GamerLegion not stepping up, but it's also because of the communication, because you find that many openings, you also need to be way better at converting them.
It's a bit atypical for GamerLegion, dare I say it. The last 2 months, we've been praising them for being solid, for being stable. You know, Snacks have really found a way to utilize all the players, and you know, slowly but surely, they've been ramping up heading into the major here and showing better and better signs. You know, Atlanta was another high for them, obviously going into the grand final, Martin. This was just one match, was just new, you know, but we did see them, I wouldn't say struggle yesterday, but they really had to fight for their victories. Now they lose a third map in a row to BetBoom as well. You know, we saw the scoreline the last time they met. It was also pretty one-sided to BetBoom. At what point do we start to get worried on behalf of GamerLegion in this specific matchup?
I'm gonna give a little bit of an oversight for this, that whenever they actually took a pause, it was mostly coach talking to them. It felt like the team itself, they were not communicating good enough. They were just not even there physically, emotionally, you know, like the passion of the game, it was visibly off. And even though you're being stomped on, you have to have some kind of a at least body language needs to be there. Finally, when they won that pistol, actually Tolson started shouting, which was kind of commendable in my opinion. But I have to say that this was just a dead team playing, and I hope that whatever is happening right now during this break outside of the venue, they're coming back into Asian with a clear head and fresh mind.
Speaking of being there, Peter, one player that you mentioned we haven't really seen so far is arguably also one of the most important players for GamerLegion. PR has not had the greatest start to this event.
No, definitely not, and you could definitely see the contrast for his last 3 months. You know, a 107 rating is relatively decent, and then you have the event set of 067. You know, we had a very horrible start to this event, and this game specifically, sure, it was the majority of the players that did seem to struggle, but yesterday we did see Res, we did see Towson, and also specifically Hypex playing well, but Pia just went missing yesterday. And I think that one thing is that Pia might have had a bad start to this tournament, this game as well. I think he needs to step it out. Like, he needs to be more, like, he needs to contribute more, and he needs to be playing better, because he is a force to be reckoned with within this squad. And one thing is doing in stage 1 where the opposition is not as great, but I'm still confident that they're going to make it to the stage 2, but he needs to warm up. He needs to get into his game because GamerLegion need PR way more than they have right now if they even have to have a chance in stage 2. So it's whether it's because of nerves, it's because of something outside that he can't control. It's definitely something that I've tried and noticed with PR, that when he gets like a rough start, he can have a hard time bouncing back. And he's still a young player, still a lot to learn. But I also have my expectations because he is a prospect in my eyes.
Let's wrap up, Nuke. You know, I think we all agree that was a beautiful performance coming out from BetBoom, BetMix, whatever they call themselves at this point, playing some good Counter-Strike. Now heading into the second map is a comfort ground for GamerLegion, right? So in terms of back into this matchup, I guess you couldn't have a better map than Ancient. It's a map they have a bit of a win streak going on. They were very strong in Atlanta, played exceptionally well. PR usually also a great force together with Res on a map like
I hope my boy PR is going to wake up a little bit and obviously put up a performance, but you have to think about it that way, that BetBoom are a mixed team, but they're just not running around headlessly and just rushing, but they're still having Ancient as a pretty solid map, I would say, even though GamerLegion should be on the paper taking this, but
აი მოიგებენ რა ყლესდემ კიდე აგერთან რო გაიარეს მაგდროს ფუცლები აუ ესენი დასცინიან ჩემი კარგი მოყან გვერდზე რო ჩაუარეს დაცინეს
is a chaos itself. This was probably most one-sided map we've seen so far.
Would it be fair to say that playing Ancient as a mixed team, you know, as a team with limited practice is probably not too bad? It's a map that allows you to be in your face, to be very aggressive, both on the T side but also on the CT side?
Yeah, of course. I mean, it definitely allows you to be a bit more pucky, but I honestly, when I look at BetBoom play, it doesn't look like they're playing as a puck team. It's like they've just slotted the player into that specific position. BetBoom, Boomish, when we talked with him yesterday, said that he's actually not doing anything. It's mainly the coach who just says, hey, we need you to do this, and then the player just slots in, and it seems to be working for them, right? It's not...
მეორე მაფის გამარჯვებული
was because they did some orthodox things by running through smoke, so just like going for straight up duels. They play together, and on a micro level, they understood what to do, and I think that's the important thing. And I think that BetBoom has so much momentum, not only from yesterday, but also from this game. They're just going to stroll through Ancient as well. I don't think that GamerLegion has shown up today in a way, and I don't think there's anything that's going to... I mean, it will require a massive talk that they probably don't have time to do now to pay better now. I think they lacked so many things, and you can just feel that it felt like a dead team at this point. So I don't see any big chances for GamerLegion in this one. I'm going to be completely honest.
All right, do you share that sentiment? You know, GamerLegion being on a 3-game win streak on Ancient, BetBoom have lost it 3 times in a row. Do you think it's more about the form today than the history on the map?
I have to believe that this is going to be closer than it looked so far.
It can be any worse, can it?
It can be worse. Technically, it can, but I'm going to be honest, GamerLegion is going to push this into the third map. I don't know how. I don't have the answers. Those answers are going to be answered very soon. I hope so.
You don't have the answers, but we're about to find out whether or not you are wrong or right, Martin. You're hoping for a third map. So do I. So do GamerLegion.
Ancient-ი თესლი მაპია. თან მაგრა თამაშობენ Ancient-ში. მაგრები არიან, გეუბნები.
We spoke to Boomage yesterday saying that he needs all the practice he can get with the team. So if they can win this game and win the next map, well, then they have a couple of days off to practice. We're jumping off to a break.
ცოტა ვერ იგებენ, მაგრამ
taking on GamerLegion on Ancient.
აუ ელო რა მაგარი სირი ხარ. რატო გიხარია ბიჭო რო ვაგებ?
I had so many trading anything. You're miles away. I carried you. Tell me one round. Hold on. Let me pull up CS stats.
A bit from Boysian since exchange is out.
Oh, wait. My bad.
You suck. Settle your debates. Search your profile on CS Stats and turn on tracking to see all your games.
ეს რა არის?
ვისი არის ხო თუ არა?
რა არის?
სიმპლას გონდე.
კი. არის? არ ვიცი. არიან? მე მგონი ვაფშე არ არიან.
ესა?
იმდენად ყლეები არიან.
From leading Virtus Pro once upon a time to now finding himself back in the server in the year 2026.
Let's go,
Snacks played CS and Cologne across 3 different decades of the game's history. So Snacks, talk to me a little bit about this stage for you.
Let's go, Snacks. Let's go.
I'm happy to be here. It's a major. So yeah, I would say being here is always a great occasion to show ourselves. Meaning that I'm happy and pumped, you know, to play again.
Do you find yourself in situations that you haven't seen before? I mean, you've seen the game in just about every scenario, every situation that you can imagine. But in leading these young guns, do you find to be challenging?
You know, I think it's a little bit easier than in G2, for example. I mean, I know I need to be a little bit of papa sometimes for them, and sometimes not a papa. Yeah, looking at you. But I think they're very nice, you know, and it's easy to cooperate with them in the game. And I don't have any problems. I have only problems with myself, but then it's fine, you know.
Snacks, you've never won a Cologne. You've gotten really close, but no cigar. And people always talk about how hungry you are. So what is it all about here in Cologne? Tell me about that.
I mean, I can be only hungry in USA, so Cologne, 50-50.
You got to temper your hunger a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I'm waiting for USA again, you know, and then I can be hungry. Yeah.
Okay, so GamerLegion coming in here as favorites. Obviously, that's nice for you. That's fun for you guys. What has that done for your psyche coming into this major?
I mean, I wouldn't, maybe on stage 1, maybe people are saying that we are favorites. Overall in the major, probably not. But for me, it doesn't matter, really. I mean, I came here, I want to beat everyone who I don't care who we're gonna face, to be honest. But about the BetBoom game, I think they're a pretty good team. Their players are shooting hard, so it's gonna be a tough match.
Snacks, thank you very much.
Thank you.
ოპა, წავიდა. ოპ. იგი, ჩემი სენსით ესე დავდრიალდები ოდესმე. ო, მაგდროს არ იცოდა, მანამდეა გადაღებული.
ზეებში
გამოყლევებულია ვიღაცა.
კაკუჩო. დარი კაზანი? აკადუზი.
თავი არ შეიძლება?
შეიძლება სწავლობენ.
მაგარი GDS-ის რეკლამა. GDS-ი რა იყო? არხი არისო რაღაცა.
ჩვენი წევს. იქით მაგარი თამაშია ჩარტი გაგამოქამდე.
Welcome back to the Intel Extreme Masters Cologne Major.
დავაი, ენშენ, ჩემი საყვარელი მეფია. დავაი.
From stage 2 of the tournament. GamerLegion have to pull their socks up and somehow get back into this series. They were getting banked out no matter the advantage that they had. But now we switch to Ancient, their map pick, and things should turn around.
არა, ეხლა ეს მაპი და ვსო. ამდან.
How does that first map affect anything when you
ხალხო სტრიმი დაალაიქეთ აუცილებლად არხი გამოიწერეთ ხვევით არის subscribe ღილაკი გამოწერა დააჭირეთ გამოწერას 1.20 ლარი ვისაც გაქვთ დონაციის ლინკი არის აღწერა
სტრიმავთ ამას
ჩვენ თამაშ რა გამასტრიმინებს
qualifying to stage 2 would be BetBoom if they can win this, but it's a tough task ahead of them.
It definitely is, but for BetBoom, having to play with a stand-in and back-to-back tournaments, luckily that stand-in
არჩი ან ამოგვაქვს იგივე თანხა ზუსტად რაც გუში მქონდა ან ვრჩებით როვნა რა ანუ
დავай დამადებინე მეც რა გაგა როგორ დავდა
როგორ დადო ეხლა როგორ გითხრა როგორ უნდა დადო
and still playing good Counter-Strike. Like nobody
არც ხო არაფერის სახელი ისეთი. უჩუ აუხსენი რა.
Everyone was still focused on the objectives of the round. Everyone was still playing as a team. So it feels to me like
დავდიფენდები და აუხსენი.
even on a map GamerLegion should have the advantage.
შენ ციგებს GamerLegion გეუნები კაზანში. უეჭველი თან.
We heard Snacks talking about it as well. We just asked, how's it feel being favorites for stage 1 and he's saying that we don't really care, like we just want to beat everybody who we go up against. Yeah, it'd be great to go 3-0 through, but we just want to beat everybody in the tournament. And I love that mentality from Snacks, and I would expect no different from a player of Snacks' caliber and of his career. We heard of some of the younger players, talking about it. What's your goal coming into this personally? It's like, get out of stage 1. It's like, maybe. It's like, that is not...
იდანწყებს GamerLegion. წავიდა აბარა. Jasnia.
To see if you can stay alive in this series.
Let's go!
His squad on the T side of Ancient. And so often this man likes to go away. So here we go.
არა, მოიცადე 4 ბი დაიწყეს. 4 ბი დაიწყეს და იზე არავინ არ არის.
Feels like it's the right play to make if he feels like he's got an advantage there. Ninjas and Flam is starting to be aggressive over towards Cave. It's a little bit late to get a jump on this exec as it comes in. Boomich is going to hear the nades. So BetBoom will spend a little bit of time clearing out middle, making sure there's no lurkers outside the B bomb site, and then they'll readdress to retake this site. No kits for the CT side, no smokes either.
The ball plan secured here for the next round for GamerLegion. Nothing else, but holding down. They've got 2 players in tempo. PR to turn into the wall to dodge any flashbangs. Rise to take first contact, and PR swinging out. Eventually, PR getting a kill, but it's not enough to leave GamerLegion in a comfortable spot. But a good shot from Hypex. He got a second one as well. And all of a sudden, it's just Flammers 1v2, tapping the defusal, pulling Hypex into the open, and now it's down to Snacks. Waiting inside of Donut. Flammers into the open, chasing after him. Snacks runs away, and this is his comfort. Just drawing the timeout, drawing you around the Donut. You can no longer win the round. And Snacks has played it perfectly. Ring around the Rosie. And a rosy face is they'll smile as they take themselves the pistol.
All right, much better start, obviously. And that's going to be a good feeling for GamerLegion. A really important pistol for them to win, just for the mentality and get started on the right foot.
Let's go, Snacks. Let's go.
Back deep in a hole, all nuke. Now you get to play
Gugāt omda donata samilari. Zveli ishkneturi.
From Hypex with that P250. Those are some disgusting shots to save the day. Otherwise, that retake was starting to look good.
this? ვიდეოა მოიცადს. მადლობა დონაციისთვის, მაგრამ ეწამი ცოტა მე გამახსენეთ და უყურებ.
In behind that smoke here at Donut, they're going to boost Flammers on top.
რა ბოზი ბუსტია?
Waiting for the crossing members of GamerLegion, but as he does so, I'll be met with bullets through the smoke.
Molotov to hold back Red Room. Zorte spots it, knows they have control. Everyone's losing HP. GamerLegion just grouped up, playing a trade game. 4 players together in Red Room in the middle of the map. Towson waiting over at A main. No real panic.
ხომ დაადონატა 2 ლარი. Before a beautiful co-work got people. Დროებით.
When they decide to move, a couple players easy to clean up.
მადლობა დონაცი. Before beautiful, you have so good personality.
That's a good opening pick onto Boomich before he can get up to any antics. GamerLegion looking to convert in this 5v4. Identical highlighting how GamerLegion have been very strong at 5v4 conversions. Add on to the weirdness of map 1, right, where they just had so many advantages and so many opening kills going their way, and just complete failure to convert them.
Yeah, I was mentioning, I think part of it too, I think I said it during the first map of the series. Pretty much in the mid-round, pretty much every single time. Anytime there was like a settle down mid-round, they were able to kind of out-call and out-maneuver GamerLegion, which is another reason why I felt like BetBoom would come into this map and be able to take it as well, because Ancient also has, it's a mid-round map. If you're not just getting blown up and winning the round based off like some fast mid-play, the mid-round can be super effective to move around and be mobile between the 2 bomb sites. This time, BetBoom's not going to sit back on their heels. flash and a piece of aggression coming in. Towson's going to get caught. Nade in hand, blinded. There's another kill from Boomich. The USP's doing work, but not enough stopping power to really secure the round.
PR to finish off Flamus, leaving Magna Jazz alone, and then we'll get into the real rounds of this game now.
Easy.
Good start. Really important that they had this lead.
Man,
coming out of getting banged out on Nuke, you want to make sure you come in and just try and put that to bed as quickly as possible and reset, and obviously finding 3 rounds in a row is going to help with that. But here comes the buy for BetBoom, and you're going to get the AWP out pretty early here for Zorte.
Live into round 4. Up in Hypex's hands as well.
Boomich
is going to run down mid and join up with him. No fast mid play for GamerLegion. Rez, Towson, and Hypex just kind of sitting back, waiting, looking for pushes.
Zorte awaits the peek out from Heaven Snacks. Going to be the first victim that AWP has found its prey straight away.
They really wanted that piece to help them take some mid control, so they're going to be a little bit more nervous. Rez and Hypex and Towson as they start moving out. Zorte repositioned for this fight. Hypex steps into it. He goes down as well. Up difference here in round 4.
Yeah, big difference. Zorte can definitely be that. I think in the first 2 best of ones on Dust 2 on the CT side, once he got that AWP out, he was a real menace for all the teams that went up against him. Well, it's finally felled by Rez, but his advantage is still held, and they're going to cross out towards Heaven and try and finish on this B bomb side. But as that is happening, you're seeing Dilladez move down the B ramp.
ვა ბიზერო შედიან ეს ძალიან კაი ამბავია, იმიტომ რომ ეს ერთი რემპირო არის, აი ბუმიჩა უნდა მოიწყნას. Nice. So იციან, ბოლოს ინფო იციან, ბოლოს მისროლა ინფო იციან.
I was going to say, it's GamerLegion giving them a taste of their own medicine. 3 versus 5 conversion off of Rez's AWP. That sentence hasn't been uttered too often. Flamus, lovely shot on the first. Quad kill for Rez.
He's an AWPer. I'll smile on his face. He's had a good time with it.
ვიგებთ. მეორე maps მე მგონი წყნარად ვიგებთ. ჯერჯერობით კარგად მიდის ყველაფერი. ენაბარ გვიხილოს. ხალხო სტრიმი დაალაიქეთ აუცილებლად, ვისაც არ გაქვთ დაალაიქებული, შეამოწმეთ. აი ხა. გააპატარავეთ სკრინი და შეამოწმეთ, აბა ლაიქით უგავ. არ დაგეზაროთ რა, მარტივია ძალიან.
I think they'd be able to continue it, but I feel like I want to see what GamerLegion looks like if they hit an obstacle. If BetBoom clamp down a little bit, after you just get destroyed like that on the first map, it's so easy for your mental to fade away and disappear really quickly. It's really easy for you to get knocked off your game in the next map. Now, the longer that this run goes on from GamerLegion, the more they kind of steel themselves against that eventuality.
Walking to the smoke, Snacks quick to react. Flash is good as well, so Dilladez has to just cower behind the wall, hoping that he wasn't going to get hunted, but PR not going to let him get away with that one. And then Towson moves forward. His rifle good enough to drop Zorte.
Tell you what, it also looks like GamerLegion on an individual level. Everyone looks a lot more comfortable and confident on this map, stepping into fights.
Yeah, especially PR. 7-2 now with his rifle.
We're going to
have a 5-0 lead here for GamerLegion. Very different story.
დალაიქებული არ მქონე კიდე კაი გამახსენე დავიძრათ 3 კა ლაიქისკენ დავიძრათ მეგობრებო ანრი მაგე 3 კა ლაიქი ბუმბლებზე კიდევს პიქემი 3 წელზე
but just something that wasn't necessary in any way, kind of overexpose yourself to the chance of getting picked off, and then all of a sudden you see how it collapses on the other side. So
yeah, once the first domino falls, everything just comes crashing down.
That first domino always thinks the fourth, or the second, third, fourth, and
fifth domino.
It's true, you just can't trust your teammates, Jason.
That's the lesson to learn here. Can't ever trust them.
First time out here for BetBoom.
That's a very uplifting timeout as well. There's some energy in the tunes.
Feel like I'm in an action movie, you know?
Yeah, I was thinking Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah, that's not bad.
That's what came to
Definitely
me.
has vibes of... Yeah, actually, I can hear it.
There we go. That's the one.
Who's going to be Captain Jack Sparrow on the server?
At the moment, it is looking like PR, which is nice, because the Deaths just had a long conversation about him before this map began, about how he was going to be so critical to this team's success, how he needed to step up in his performance. So at least getting them started with a 7-2 opening here on Ancient. 5-0 lead for GamerLegion as this timeout comes to a close. Another full buy for BetBoom on the other side. Zorte's got his AWP.
Ara ვიგებ. Კარგა შენობა.
All right, Rez out of the elbow to the bottom boxes. Utility coming in to heat things up for Rez. Has to use utility of his own just to stay alive. It isn't going to dissuade him from fighting. He steps to the side of that smoke and looks for a challenge. But the challenge comes from A main as Zorte topples Snacks and gives the opening again here to BetBoom.
Yeah, slows everything down as well. Towson's got to give away his supportive position with Hypex over in middle to go get the bomb, which was dropped by that shot. So Hypex is on his own, an aggressive stepping in towards Red Room, and Zorte again repositioned towards the middle of the map. And again, gonna go for a peek, and again, gonna get taken down by Hypex.
Yeah.
He's just owning the middle of the map. No movement from anyone, no reaction, no proactive play, no information gathering from BetBoom. It's just Hypex kind of challenging, having a lot of safeties to work as a solo op in mid. Towson's going to relocate with the bomb towards B ramp. And BetBoom seem to have a decent enough read on this. Dilladez, Magnajez, and Boomich are going to be close by to support at this B site.
Donatma უნდა ია. ხო, აი ეგ არის სიტი. მშვენიერი, აუ რა კარგად ითამაშეს, ხო არ ღადაო. რა კარგად ითამაშეს, ხო არ ღადაო, საო.
Oh, smoke up on the start of the cube. Utol's gonna go flying up. Here's PR stepping forward. Magnajez take him down, and you've got Rez dying inside of the cave. Towson trying to lay down law, but can't do much about it. And now just Hypex having to save his weapon in red. They run out of time. They get stalled out, and BetBoom able to hold on.
Yeah, I don't know how that round kind of closed out for GamerLegion. That felt very flat. That attack never actually began. If PR is going to be aggressing towards Q, it feels like there needs to be a second player with them if that's going to have any open success. Otherwise, it's like just get into the site and try and get that bomb planted and play far back in the positions you're already in. Lovely shot from Zorte to start things out. Does give the equalizer right back over to Hypex, but the read that the B bomb site is going to be the finish is perfect for BetBoom.
Spray down into the elbow, and Boomich, of course, he gets the last one with the last bullet as well.
All right, well, another 5-on-3. Now, again, it's like a couple rounds back. We just had this conversation. Don't need to do a whole lot here. No need to go aggressive and like try and find a pick and hold an aggressive angle. These three GamerLegion players are going to have to commit into one of your bomb sites. They're going to be coming right at you. Snacks, Hypex, and PR are going to try and piece this together. And I mean, all they have is the B bomb site when this smoke fades, right? You're not going to want to maneuver all the way around the map after Boomich just pushed down mid. You don't know what mid looks like. Don't know what A main looks like.
As they peek in, Magnajez ripping the head off Snacks. Hypex trying to tread it back, but he just can't get anything going here. 45 seconds, 2 players left for GamerLegion. Make it 1. There's no hope in hell here for PR. It's even being blocked in as well. And that utility from the donut player.
I don't think they'll be super motivated to hunt. So this could be interesting. PR might just be able to stand here and chill. I don't think the money's there for BetBoom to really commit too many resources to trying to clear him out and take this AK-47 away.
An AK save here would be good though for GamerLegion. I mean, there's 3 of the players have money. Yeah, be able to get everyone onto a rifle pretty much.
Okay, but 2 in a row now for BetBoom. So this is kind of the test I was looking to see is how many, like what if they break GamerLegion? What is the response going to be? Okay, PR making a late play for a kill. Nade is out, and he goes down. Nade smoke actually obscures his vision, and Zorte grabs that one as well. So yeah, what if this goes 3? What if this goes 3 in a row for BetBoom, and then GamerLegion's kind of sitting in a place where they don't have great money? That's where I want to see what GamerLegion has, if they can kind of rebound from that, or if the kind of beatdown they took on Nuke has primed them to just kind of shatter and fall apart here pretty quickly.
A chance to bounce back and stop that from happening. They've got 4 rifles here in the MAC-10 for PR. That's what they've been able to squeeze out. Towson had extra cash, $7,800 to start things off, and a good grenade.
Great grenade.
Yeah, a couple of them landing over towards Boomich, so that's a good way to get an opening kill, but a better way to find the trade kill from Magnajez.
Yeah, shutting down a fast, aggressive play, turning in towards Jaguar. The MAC-10 trying to get a little bit crazy with its mobility. Diladez is going to join up here as well. As Snack slides into the angle, and he wants to challenge.
Marches his way out into the fight. It's going to be a quick one onto Snacks. Magnajez is hungry. He wants to go forward. He's got himself everything. Okay, that's the kind of performances we've been seeing more and more out of Magnajez.
Well, it's also improvised too off of his teammate's smoke. He might not actually push it that hardcore, but when the smoke pops, he says that sound cue tells you that I'm sitting behind the smoke. So I'm just going to push forward and again just do the exact opposite of what you're thinking.
Well, Hypex has to clutch, and there's just no way he's going to do it. Magnajez is in such a good spot to peek out with a combined flashbang from Zorte. And Magnajez, he goes out and wins that round on his own. He's also the player to get the initial trade as well.
Yeah, I mean, I also just love it too. He even calls Diladez over to help him out over in the hole over in Jaguar. So I mean, he calls a teammate over. He knows there's going to be a little bit more contact. Great way to start the rounds. Unfortunately, not able to build anything off of it. Not even really taking that space over in middle with that kill. All right, now we have
ამათ გულ შემატკივრებს არა? Nice, молодцы. Пацаны. აი რა, ცხონიათ. ეს რა ყლეშვება რა ეს. მაშინ ყლეხუა თან მართლა.
To take their attention away as they scale in, but Flamus arrives at the perfect moment.
Yeah, and that's just put a stop to any hopes and dreams here of GamerLegion breaking through and getting a bomb plant. Shadow cast against the wall. Diladez cast PR aside, and Magnajez has the kill inside of middle. So that'll be a 4th round for BetBoom, closing this gap rapidly, and a timeout taken, as you would expect here for GamerLegion, as they have a buy ahead of this round. But this is where your question
arises once again, is going to
be the point where GamerLegion
because some of these rounds on the stretch are pretty dominant wins. I know they've kind of extended rounds, maybe some late attempts at a plant, but some of them have been like just trying to get that plant ready, a chance to win it. So it's time for an important conversation with GamerLegion. You open this map up well, 5-0 start after you get destroyed on Nuke, and now you've kind of given away that advantage as BetBoom has clawed back in from the CT side.
და ყველაფერი პოლიტიკა ზოგადად დედამიწაზე, რასაც ეხები, რასაც ჭამ, რასაც სუნთქავ.
GamerLegion just disappears. 5 AKs for their attack in this round.
The util landing down into his elbow, but it's going to be again Boomich. It's just like, oh, well, I guess that's how I start another round. Great, double nade. He's going to have to stop doing that. He's going to get the trade though, and here they come out of elbow. Magnajez blinded, vision reveal just in time. Gets the kill on Towson, now spamming down in the smoke. Magnajez surely can't get away. He does. He gets around the corner, and in fact, he gets away with it, and he's still going back for the fight.
That's the one that got me too. Can't believe he got away. Can't believe he went back and looked for another battle.
Still got away again.
So we're all good for the moment now, but that's GamerLegion. Back-to-back rounds, they've gotten that kill on Boomich with the nades in middle, but back-to-back rounds, equalizers found immediately and now put at a disadvantage.
It's got to be PR and Hypex to source the comeback. Now you've got a minute left on the clock to make this happen. The bomb is just outside of elbow on the back of Hypex, and PR occupies outside the cave. Join up in middle, that's the common meeting point. But you've got Flamus who here at red, and right beside him is Magnajez.
Yeah, the nice thing is with Zorte having the AWP, you can kind of trust him to hold down the fort for at least one side. Good information found. Both players in middle. They didn't expect the second peak.
Now with 30 seconds on the clock, you're going to get blocked at red. PR is on 8 HP, and the nadals find him. So sent forward from Zorte. High fives all around here for BetBoom, showing a lot of depth across the map. And once again, that's GamerLegion out of a timeout into an opening kill, and they concede the round without really getting anywhere.
Yeah, this is great stretch of rounds from BetBoom right now as they come back in, tie things up. 2 rounds remaining in this first half. So yeah, you check out these 3 nades. Boomich goes down again for free. It feels like Magnajez and Dilladez were like, okay, well, if you're chucking 3 nades in middle, we can be a little bit aggressive. We can take a bit of a risk here towards Jaguar and set up because likely only one person here.
Nades land towards GamerLegion's feet.
Timmy აღარ არის.
Shaving some health off 4 players. Magnajez this time not going to find the success he's been sourcing quite confidently towards Cave, and you're going to have to rely upon the rest. And fortunately, you can rely upon Flammis. The rotation is swift. The boots marching back in here from BetBoom. Plants is secured here for GamerLegion, and that's all they'll get. Forward play stay up for BetBoom. Retake is successful, and the lead taken of the game here for the CT side.
Yeah, starting to get a little overconfident in that position over in Cave and Jaguar, but a play like this to be hyper aggressive when you got Flammis behind you, I think he's more than happy to take that risk, and even if he goes down, he knows he's got a teammate to kind of shore up the gap.
Well, it was an impressive 5 rounds in a row from GamerLegion, but an even more impressive 6 rounds in a row now from BetBoom. And could go on to get a 7-5 lead out of the half after being 5-0 down.
Yeah, especially considering a couple of those rounds he played 4v5 with Boomich taking the nade kills or the nade deaths early on. Final round of the first half, 6-5 for BetBoom. Hypex back with the AWP, Zorte still has his.
ეს 6-6 არის უეჭველი.
And they're going to do it again.
Neidi.
Boomich wisely decides to traverse down the left side of the stairs.
Yeah, he's going to trickle on back. He's happy to play around here, Boomich. I'm sure he's not been naded down to death. So he'll just maintain his position and life as Magnajez is pushed out of Cave, as he often has. And this time Zorte is coming to back him up. So the map feels very small right now for GamerLegion.
Oh yeah, well I mean, you're loving it if you're BetBoom at the moment, because you're like, okay, nobody outside the B bomb site. Maybe they're behind the double doors, but we're content with that one. Utility raining in the mid-round towards Red Room from GamerLegion. So Magnajez is going to be on notice of someone swinging elbow.
Elbow smoke goes down, Rez moves through it. Snacks is taking damage, down to 10 HP. That was the right call, perfectly set up by Flammis' flashbang. Magnajez gets 2 from it. Dilladez moves off at the wrong time.
Nice!
So PR at least getting one back, opening up the A side with the second player there, and that's Boomich to close the gap on the A side just as it opens. But Snacks has opened one up on the B site instead, and he's moved deep.
But you haven't been able to clear Zorte, who's playing over in Cave. So he's still going to be in a pretty wild, strong position. And if he hears Rez with these footsteps, now he's going to tell with the smoke. Flammis shifting over.
Yeah, Snacks has got that one. Flammis is going to go down. Zorte missed shot. Pressure's on. Snacks looking for the fight. He's got it as well. Zorte re-peeking into the open and putting Boomich in a clutch. So the desire for 7 rounds in a row is still there. Boomich has to win it 1v2.
It's winnable. He's got a smoke and he's got an HE grenade. And if he puts that nade in the right place, Snacks is going to eat it. But Snacks rotates around.
Yeah, that's going to be 6-6, all tied up. GamerLegion at least securing 1
at the end of the half.
But 7 in a row from BetBoom.
5-ზეც დაუგდიათ. უნდა გაგიმართლოს რა, პროსტა გამართლებაზეა რა. და რაც უფრო მეტი იმაშვები, უფრო მეტი შანსი გაქვს რა. რაც უფრო მეტი შეგაქვს. ეს რა თესლი ბუსტი გაუგეთ აკო. ა სადაინახა კაცი. ნუ ხო გამართლებაზეა. ხო აი ხო ნახე გიგამ როგორ საწერა რა. პირველად $20-ზე შეიძლება დააგდო, მერე შეიძლება 500 და ვერ დააგდო. ვერ ყვევი ზოგადად e-sports და Millennium-ს ძალიან ბევრი აკლია აქამდე. აქ ეხა ეს მეიჟორის შესარჩევია, ნუ ისედაც აქამდე ძალიან ბევრი აკლიათ. აი მარტივად რო გითხარი ფეხბურთში თუ ვერ ყვევი, როგორც აი თბილისის დინამო რო გავიდეს ჩემპიონთა ლიგაზე რა, აი დაახლოებით. იმენა იდეალური მაგალითია, ხო? არა, ეხლა სხვათა შორის ბევრი ტაიერ ურის მოთამაშე ყავთ. ის რა ქვია, რა ქვია იმ ტიპს, აი გუნდებში თამაშობდა ეგ ბიჭები. ქართველები მე მგონი ერთია მარტო რა. ვინ?
ნიკო.
არა, ნიკო არა, კიდე იყო ერთი ვიღაც. აღარ მახსოვს კაროჩე რა. დღეს ვნახეთ და აი მოთამაშე. მაგილა, ხო, მაგილა. Просто რა განსხვავება იცი ფეხბურთისგან, რომ ფეხბურთში ახლა მაგალითად შიდა ჩემპიონატი უნდა გქონდეს ისეთი კარგი, რომ მოგცემ პირდაპირ გასვლის უფლება რა, პირველ ადგილზე ვთქვათ, შენი შიდა ჩემპიონატიდან და აქ ეგრე არ არის, აქ შეიძლება 5 კაცი უცებ დიდი ფული ჩეკრა და პირდაპირ უკვე იმ მოთამაშეებით იმხელა რეიტინგში ხარ, რომ პირდაპირ გაძლევენ რა მოსაწვევებს რა ესეთ ტურნირებზე. ასე რომ თუ 5 კარგი მოთამაშე შეიკრიბება და კიდე ეხლა ნორმალური მოთამაშეები არიან, თქვათ კიდე ვიღაც სუსტ თუ გაუშვებენ, კიდე უფრო ძლიერს დაიმატებენ ტაიერ 2-დან ან ტაიერ 1-დან თუ დაიმატეს, ხო, ვაფშე პირდაპირ მისცემენ მოსაწვევებს ესეთ საკვალიფიკაციოებზე. რაი როგორც ეს ბუმბლეები როგორც გაიჩიტნენ რა. ეხლა ვაფშე არ არსებობდა გუნდი და უცებ შექმნეს ეს ბუმბლე დაარქვეს და შეკრიბეს 5 ტაიერ 1-ის მოთამაშე და გადიან ყველგან.
A great chance that it might be BetBoom. They started a 5-0 hole in that half and managed to
რეზი ყავთ ამბასადორი რაის მეიჟორი. ნუ რატო იძახი ეგრე ხა რატო?
going into the second here, Jason.
Which is nice considering the first map wasn't competitive at all. Good to see that fight out of GamerLegion as they bounce back to start this map well. And we'll see if they can sustain that and outlast it as they switch to the CT side. It's Boomich's turn to work the map from the offensive angle. Magnajez stepping towards elbow. Boomich throwing utility, but it still looks like
majority of forces are going to be towards A main. ახარც რა აგიხდა შენი ოცნება. მინდა გითხრა.
It'd be PR to defend from over in Temple. Nice timing on the route on the move from Magnajez.
აი მაგარი ყლე პოზიცია ეს რავი ანუ. ხონო პროსტა ინფოს იღებ რა. ეს ოქში სად გადის? სმოუკში არ გახვიდე ხარ გამომაყლეო.
Plants is going to be secured here for BetBoom.
5-on-5 retake, no utility for the CT side, no kits either.
And Sorte firing some shots into the temple and through the smoke, but none of them connecting. Now GamerLegion's resources starting to be gathered and congregate, ready for this retake attempt. The Jewel Berettas will arrive last through Donut, hoping
nice.
It could be the surprise attack on the flank. Sorte chiming in, there's the Jewelies taking the fights elsewhere, but
ხო დონატის ხო მეინ უნდა მოკლა. ხო დონატი და მეინ. არა.
Runs right into the donut, eats lead to the head, and that'll end up being
6-7
the pistol round to kick off this second half and taking the lead of the game.
Yeah, similar. I mean, both teams kind of essentially running the same exact pistol round. Hypex with his P250 and A-Main got the double kill in the first half. Now you got the P250 and the BetBoom side of things playing the same position. Just no real chance at getting any leg into this retake. You have no smoke, you have nothing to kind of activate, and it's got to be quick because there's a lack of kits. So just so many bodies to find and so many crossfires set up by BetBoom. Really well done. They take that lead right back, 7-6.
აი მაგ ბლიაძის გამო მოუგეთ რა თქოთ რა. აი FTB არის გაგიჭირდებათ.
An MP9 for PR. Rose has a USP and Kevlar with a helmet.
Gafforces დაეგარეს.
Flamus is overtaking B along with the rest of BetBoom, so they've occupied the B bomb site and no one's home, so that'll just be a safe call for GamerLegion, you'd imagine.
I can't even imagine GamerLegion does a whole lot of actually challenging and going for this. I think this is more just kind of save these weaker weapons as well and try again in the next round, because you're going to be saving in the next round regardless.
So you've got an 8-6 lead for BetBoom.
8-6 lead for BetBoom and a chance to build that even further.
აი ახლა თუ კიდე კამანდა დაგიხოცეს, ეგ იქნება უბედურება, ყოჩა.
Damn, that's an AK-47 that hit the deck.
Oh, you want to go get that, don't you?
Yeah, Magnajez really wants that weapon.
It's going to protect it.
AK უნდა დაიცვათ.
Prevent any of the CTs getting towards it, and if you do want it, you've got to walk into the cave of death. Well, Magnachaz and Dilladaz taking all these kills, so GamerLegion losing a lot of these weapons. Boomich racing after them, the MAC-10 gets another. And that AK is not picked up.
It's more
yeah, but you know what? I mean, it's obviously a bummer to lose 4 players at the end of it if you're BetBoom with that kind of thing. But you took 4 out as well, so you know now you have that weaker buy or lack of buy in terms of lack of armor on the CT side, just some upgraded pistols. So you still feel like
have a round win for free.
Yeah, well, that's what you feel like. It's not as.
აი ამ დროს ახლა ტექნიკურს როგორ არიღებენ და ტექნიკურს კი არა და იმას პაუზას როგორ არიღებენ timeouts.
But 5-7s, they can always pull off something crazy.
So can MAC-10s.
That's true. And it's a pretty good start from the MAC-10.
It's not bad, is it?
I've been loving Magnajaz lately, Jason. I've been thinking he's great.
Yeah, I was just thinking the same thing, actually, watching some of his decisions in this map have been kind of cool.
He's 16-8 right now.
He's got a cool mixture of like aggressive, like I'm just going to make the play right here, and then also understanding when the play to make is to kind of tuck in and just be intelligent and stay alive and wait for a better moment. It's been really fun to watch him.
3-round
lead for BetBoom going into round 16. Guns coming out for the first time for the GamerLegion CT side. Up in the hands of HypeX. M4s otherwise. Missing kits on the CT side. But an all-important round, and if you're BetBoom and Boomich, you can really kind of flip through the playbook pages. You've got 2 MAC-10s and a Galil, so you can actually be super aggressive if you choose to.
Right now, the A-bomb site is wide open for the taking, and the majority of BetBoom's forces heading that way.
Somebody ships back, PR or Rez, it'll be their responsibility. PR falling back into CT spawn. Rez is going to be in Donut, but the hit's already underway. Utility's already in place, so you just got to cross your fingers and hope this spam connects.
Man, they're all over the site. Good work down here from BetBoom. Flamus going to send some shots towards PR. The plant is going to be there, but Flamus protecting it as Rez moved out of the donut smoke to try and deny. And you think he might have an element of surprise that could be effective, but Flamus is so quick on the reactions, and that's going to force GamerLegion into the save call.
I think kind of like the big bummer, I feel, in this game, if BetBoom continues to go on to win this and take the series 2-0, I think the big bummer that I see from GamerLegion's perspective at the moment in the second half is like, it's really been 2 critical rounds, the pistol round and this first gun round, and both of them you didn't play a single body inside the, or you didn't really play anyone in the A-bomb site. Both of them are set up to be retake rounds 5-on-5. And in that sense, I'm like, if you're GamerLegion, you probably feel like you haven't really been able to challenge on the CT side yet in these 2 critical rounds.
Oh my goodness, and they're also losing extra weapons! Oh,
it's
mercy from
horrifying.
Boomich! He got all of them!
It's over.
Oh,
throw in the towel. Throw in the towel.
I just heard an evil laugh coming from
They're having way too much fun today, man.
No way he gets all 3 of them as well, just as the time is about to tick on and you're about to send 1 extra player. Boomich does this. Yeah, the 3rd one is just ridiculous. There.
Perfect.
Oh my goodness, yeah, that has just ripped
Major,
everything away from GamerLegion. Maybe even though there's the belief that this is even possible. BetBoom now pursuing
არა ბიჭო რა შესარჩევი
execution has forced all the CTs out of
the fight.
Flamus is MAC-10 this time, sprinkling into the feed with 2 kills. And there's Towson and PI left alone within seconds of the round beginning.
This is the same as like the end of Nuke. The vibe right now is like BetBoom just hit this point where they're like, we know we're going to win and we know we're better and we're just going to have fun while we do it to close out this series. 11-6. One more chance for resistance from GamerLegion. They'll have guns back in the next round.
მე stage-ზე რო გადახვალ, მე აქედან შეარჩიონ კიდე და ბოლოს არის მეიჯორი 8 დღეში. ეს არის მთავარი მეიჯორი რა.
The last opportunity to stay in this map and series. Otherwise, BetBoom is moving on, the first team to qualify forward to stage 2 of the IEM Cologne Major.
Well, the majors are where Boomich cut his teeth in sort of exceeding expectations.
It did pop up in, what was it, Boston with QBF, with Quantum Bellator 5?
Ai, დაიგეთ, არ არის შესაძლებელი. არ არის შესაძლებელი, მეიჯორია ეს. და პრიზი არის stage-ორი. და მე stage-ორზე რო გადადიხარ, მე 80,000-ია მეიჯორზე პრიზი.
Talk about that one. But quarterfinal with Navi, then a win in 2021 with Navi and Major, and then a 2nd place in Antwerp. Quarterfinal with Cloud9.
A lot of playoffs in those major visits, aren't there?
Yeah, so you know, Boomich knows a thing or two about performing at a major.
I think it's been cool to watch him as well develop as like an IGL, where it felt like, remember when he was leading, when he won the major as the IGL, that Navi roster was simple. It always kind of felt like it wasn't truly an IGL, but kind of in a situation we had great players and a great coach behind him. Now it feels like he's developing some game as an IGL. It's been cool watching them out-call teams all through this stage.
Is lining up, you know? Maybe we're starting to really see him for what he's always been. But we got Boomich coming out. He's just charged. He's also fragging, Jason.
He's also still alive.
Yeah, that's...
that fight in a Molotov.
4 HP.
They pulled the Sonic.
And the Sonic died. Boomich just step up. There we go. He goes straight into the open. This time, finally, getting taken down by Rice, who's done well with the 2, but... Again, it's Dilladez to answer it. Oh, Dilladez looked the wrong way and got back to it.
That's a wild kill to grab if you're Dilladez. Didn't seem like he was even prepared for the fight. Zorte drops the bomb over to keep his perch with the AWP. Over in A main. Hypex gonna have to step in for the retake. Only kid available is on Towson, so he cannot die to Magnagez.
Boom, into the open. Hypex picks away Dilladez. All right, step 1. But Towson, ooh, looking like he is going to die to Magnagez, but now Magnagez has to worry about the site as well. Because his teammates just gone down, Zorte removed, smoke goes up, Hypex doing so much of the work here, but he's taken away. And Magnagez knows he's done damage to Towson. He's trying to spam away, but he's not in the right spot. Just one bullet would do it. Can stop it, but Towson just sticks it. And Magnagez does not arrive in time. So one stolen away here from GamerLegion.
It's which really mugeba we see.
Away, but I don't think BetBoom is going to be too concerned at the moment. They got plenty of money, and even in that victory, GamerLegion lose everyone. So they're going to have to rebuy, spend all this cash. They will still have the
option to pass it over to
Hypex, which is barely living in this map. This one was nasty. That turn just at the perfect moment. But Hypex
really to
step back in.
Out into the open. We got Rez now moving into the donut. Flamus is already
has to find success. Nice, იმასაც მოხდა.
Goes for the follow-up through the smoke. And Zorte, the walking wounded, retreats
from the middle.
Surely gets this kill on Magnagez, and he will. So there's no way GamerLegion lose this one.
No, well, BetBoom's doing that thing where, you know, you feel like the win is kind of right there for you, stepping through smoke, trying to get a little bit creative, trying to show a different look at him, and it just ends up looking a little bit silly. 2 players walk through smokes to their death. And now it's such a dominant round from GamerLegion's defense that they can be happy about the fact 4 players survived, 3 kills on Hypex, money grows across the team. So if you're BetBoom, you had that economy just at a breaking point, right on the edge where GamerLegion could barely afford to buy.
So it's that idea of chasing the win when you kind of feel like it's right there.
Andy, WW.
Can almost have the adverse effect.
Like we haven't seen him for most of this half run these kinds of tactics of trying to step through the smokes, right? The question becomes, we know coming into this that this map was going to be stronger for GamerLegion, a little bit weaker for BetBoom. Do you have the playbook and the game plan and the knowledge of how to adjust and change things up, or are you kind of just running through tactics hoping one of them is going to work for you?
Well, fortunately for BetBoom, they do have a good buy to rely upon and fall back into. They got Zorte boosted on the box, hoping that there's an overextension, and Rez provides it.
Rato prosta AK, rato, ristvis to.
BetBoom can settle into a 5v4 with a minute 20 left on the clock. Big round from Hypex in the previous. Was hoping he could get that trade kill through Red Room, but too many nades come towards him.
A lot of finishes at the A-bomb site in this game. I think BetBoom's going to switch this one up. I think Dilladez will end up bringing the bomb over to the B-bomb site. Boomich Flamus is going to start challenging Snacks and Jaguar.
Nice! Aise shedioდნენ ro ai imena
That is
vipikre.
a good indication of where exactly BetBoom was headed.
Now how do you recover this? Snacks reignites the round for GamerLegion with that double kill.
I think actually now you look at this position of Magnagez, and if he's feeling safe and secure, you can almost use him as a pivot point. They stepped away to continue towards the B-bomb site, and Zorte's found another pick. 30 seconds on the clock.
Yeah, you can see Magnagez is now starting to investigate towards Donut. If he can get them some space and opening back to A, that's the pathway.
They're gonna let him play first. If he gets this kill, they'll come over.
And PI's waiting behind the big box.
ამას არ შეხედავს, ამას არ შეხედავს.
Slinking his way through, did not spot PR.
Yeah, but this is crazy. PR's going to stop the plant.
He's in such a good spot. He's communicating
Wait, they know
to his
now.
teammates, but now they're checking for him, and they've got him. Diladez deals with PR, and now Hypex running back through CT spawn, trying to get there in time, but the bomb is planted, and Hypex hoping he can get here enough in time, but he can't. Magnajez has got the headshot, and now Towson 1v3. Otherwise, it's BetBoom to series point. 1 round win away from stage 2 of the major.
Magnajez is a gamer. He has been awesome to watch on this.
Arche, თავარი პრობლემა GamerLegionis რაც არის, მე რაცაც უყურებ. მინუსები უფრო მეტი აქვს თითქმის ყოველთვის და ყოველთვის მაინც აგებენ რაუნდს. 4-3-ზე, 3-2-ზე მეტნი არიან GamerLegionი და მაინც აგებენ რაუნდს. ნუკეშიც ეგრე იყო, აქაც ეგრე აკეთებენ. ვერ იყენებენ უპირატესობას. ხალხო სტრიმი დაალაიქეთ, გურე სალამი.
And doing it in 3-0 fashion.
სტრიმი დაალაიქეთ, ვისაც არ გაქვთ დაალაიქებული აღწერაში კი არა და ქვევით არის და ახლა ვინც ხართ გამოიწერეთ არხი.
But because that previous round was such a clean victory for GamerLegion, cash op is back in the hands of Hypex. M4s as well.
სტრიმი გაქვთ დღეს?
Rez and Towson a little bit low on money. And we're going to double up on timeouts as BetBoom wants a conversation.
500. არა, რამდენი? 500.
Yeah, I like that, BetBoom taking the timeout right after GamerLegions.
Ice him out, make him second guess the decision, second guess the call. Let him hit tab and look at the scoreboard a little bit more.
დღეს, უი, მილოვას დაბადების დღეა დღეს, ხო?
Magnajez at the top, 20 and 10. Boomich.
გილოცავ,
15 kills. Flamus on 17.
მილოცეთ ხალხო ჩატში.
Such a stellar stand-in.
I feel like Boomich has had some crazy impact with those kills that aren't reflected in just 15 frags on the scoreboard.
Yeah.
Either way, we enter round 21.
შენი და რევაზ ბიჭო.
GamerLegion must win everything to force overtime.
რევაზას ახალი საძმო ყავს და შეიძლება თვითონ რევაზა არ მპატიჟებს და მაინც შეიძლება არ გაუსწორდეს. Happy birthday.
გაკუჭი რომ მიუტანო საჩუქარი.
ბიჭო, ეხლა რომ მეუნებით მართლა საჩუქარი რა უნდა იმას ხნადო.
Boomich and BetBoom going back to the A bomb site. That's where they started this half. It's looking like it's where they want to close it.
Can the PR department of GamerLegion deliver them a big win? He's holding on inside of Donut. Wright's coming over at deploying utility, trying to hold them at bay as they come out through the smoke. 5-7 dinks up Flamus, doesn't matter. The walking wounded still fragging.
Okay, guy, хорошо.
The stand-in standing up and looking to deliver the opening kill that will result in BetBoom moving into stage 2 of the major. A little bit of doubt cast on this team about whether or not they could do it, whether or not they could be a 3-0 team.
Oh my!
Not playing with their roster, but Flamus into the smoke. Zorte behind the big box. And now just PR and Snacks as BetBoom will take the first step forward. They will be the first team to qualify into stage 2 of the Cologne Major. It's been a while since we...
ცალკა გამაგრად მაგებინებდი ფულს.
აჩა Liquid და GamerLegion უყლევესი გუნდები არიან, აი უყლევესი. საშინლად ყლეები არიან, საშინლად. ამ 12-ისთვის იქნება.
დაადონათა 2 ლარი. ბოზები აუხარე მილოვას გაუსწორდება. PS. SGL 1. 200. რა ჩემი ხუია.
GamerLegionზე მედო რა.
ნიკანიკო შემნა დაგიწერა გაგაწაიკი.
გაგაიცადე არაყო და არ ამუტევ. არა კაც რა უნდა.
აი დაადონატეთ ხალხ საჩუქრის ფული რომ გაგაისი არ ავიდეს.
მადლობა დონაციისთვის. წავედი ხალხო ხომ. ჩავიცვე მაშინ და გავალდელ და ხომ მაშინ გამოვალ. საბა გაჩუმდი რა. ბამბანერ კარი აქციაში ორნაბიჩში და აუტანე. წავედი ხალხ. აბაჰოთ. სტრიმს აპირებ? მაშინ მილოვასთან შევხვდებით სტრიმზე რა.
პიზევს ამ დაადონატა, 1000 დაადონატა 2 ლარი.
ვახ, მეთქი 1000 ლარის
გაგა რო გითხრა ხოლმე, ვიზე დებრო ჩვენ საპირისპიროდ დავდოთ.
კი, აი, დააკვირდი ხოლმე სტრიმებს მეგობარ და ეცადე რომ საპირისპიროდ დადო აუცილებლად. მადლობა ყველას დიდი ვინც იყავით სტრიმს და დღეს როგორც ყოველთვის არ გამოგვივიდა ბუკმეიკერების ტრაქში. ოხ რა. კაი, წავედი. მადლობა ხალხო, პაკა-პაკათ.